when we last left off, our intrepid heroes had freed the village of Heartwell from its curse. You did
Yay!
it! On the way to Pergolith with Cass and his childhood friend Gianna of the Pergothian Rangers, the party encountered some rather unruly ogres who were interested in taking them as slaves. You know, as you do.
Boo.
Luckily, the party is OP as shit and handily beat the ogres to a pulp and killed all
You
of them.
say that.
My missing teeth beg to disagree with you, you piece of shit.
Alright, Nahia got crit several times in the face, but aside from that minor road bump, the ogres were handily dispatched. One of them was beaten to death with the ripped off arms of his friend. And you rescued a slave. Her name is Snack. She's a very powerful druid with a golem who is currently sitting in the Pergothian ducal estate's armory just waiting for Mom to come back.
Pretty sure I named her something else. I don't remember what it was though.
Well, then you didn't name her at all, did you?
No, I did. I remember picking out a name. It's probably up in the channel.
Let's see.
Did you call her Mia because she grew up?
No. It was an actual name. Dura. D-U-R-E. Seemed like an orcish.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
Wait.
She is now
So
Dura
you're
Snack.
telling me?
She is named after a condom, yeah.
What?
No. That if you put her in jail, she'll be a Duracell?
Alright, time to find a new name.
I was just thinking of durable condoms.
I was
definitely
thinking of
time
also
to get
the
a new
joke
name.
Yeah, I was also thinking of the joke of durability because that's what she's gonna need to last the shot.
Well, I mean, she was
Ooh.
broken in by ogres, dude.
That's what you
Yeah,
assume
did she-
I'm going.
Hashat would be very gentle
Hypothetically,
compared to
if
fucking
Hashat
ogres.
were to take advantage, hypothetically, it would not be
the
stretching her out.
hypothetical realm. The
Yeah, it
same
would
way
not
it
be
is
a challenge.
hypothetical that air exists that I am breathing in right now. That is the same
All right,
hypothetical.
hey,
Don't give me that fucking shit.
hey. Hypothetically, Hashat's horsecock would fit right in there because she has been broken in by ogres. So,
Yeah, hypothetically.
okay,
And secondly,
Saltseal, calm down.
healing come.
That's also true, actually. It
Wait,
doesn't
does
need
that mean
to
she
fit.
tightens up post-finish?
Yes.
You spray down with healing cum and just start restoring? Obviously, no, I'm using my enormous prick to heal your vagina smaller again. Nailed it. But
I think at this point it's in the realm of max
Greater
HP.
restoration.
But you need to get a cleric to cast a legitimate heal.
You need divine intervention to heal that level
Yeah.
of gape.
Yeah. You need that clerical life feature where you literally ask God for a favor.
No,
Please
just,
fix a vagina.
just
I
make
like
a bait in you just make a bait in fucking lemon
Does she
juice.
eat pigeons by any
lamp up.
chance?
Pigeons?
Dragon Age joke, don't worry about it. Yeah, Merz got it.
Shale, yes. Stomp.
Shell's lovely.
Pigeons.
Chill is lovely.
She's a good dwarf.
So yeah, alright, I'll just edit that on our token. Anyway, so you made it to the Ducal Keep in Pergolith. You met Cass's mom. She's a lovely MILF. You found out
She is.
Cass had a sister until he didn't anymore. His mom got sad and then went to bed. And then we left off with Hashat chasing Cass around, teasing him about putting him in a pretty little dress.
Gonna bully him.
Bully the kitty.
You love it, really? And
So you're
eventually
saying
she
some-
love it, really?
So, before everyone actually gets into bed, you'll all be shown to your rooms by some of the maid staff who will take over for the lady of the house once she has retired for the evening. You will find in your rooms a small little paper bag which has some nice amenities for you, including some nice soaps and some fine garb. Not quite noble's tier, but presentable enough. Although, for most of you, given your odd body sizes, the degree of fit is questionable. Tarnavak, yours fits great, as does yours, Ursula, if you so desire.
No, I got mine on lockdown.
Yeah, I figured.
I've got nice enough clothing myself.
They will probably have to go, like, fetch Elra a toga or something, because they sure don't have anything for large-sized guests, humanoid guests.
We did want to, the next day, get her fitted up for some nice clothes.
Yes. But in the meantime...
I was not included in this conversation, so I assume I'm not going.
Yeah, totally welcome. Why wouldn't you be there?
That's-
You're always welcome, you'll
That's-
see. You're a good boy. You can't leave without the
Yeah.
scaly puppy.
Yeah, Szooth, you have some, like, child-size, fine clothing waiting for you. Has, like, a
like
little...
a page boy.
has, like, a little cute, cutified version of the Pergothian crest on the breast.
Aww. I love him. He looks so prim and proper.
He cute.
Wait, can I get a bow tie for Shovel?
You know, I bet if you ask some of the maids, I'm sure they can find some finery for your burb. In fact, there happened to be someone who used to work here who had a real thing for, large birds of prey, so... Yeah, they probably got you on lock.
Alright.
Yeah. You know, they've got all of those hunting falcons, and they've all got those cute falcon scarves that every video game bird has.
So yeah, you each have your own individual rooms, even you, Hashat. There's no doubling up tonight.
No staples for you.
The beds are incredibly plush and comfortable and warm. Warmer than they have any right to be, in fact, even as the night grows cool. Hashat, you probably have your little hoosies dangling off the end due to your height, but even then, it's still a remarkably comfortable stay.
I kind of wanted to have a conversation with Cass. Maybe I'll sneak. I'll sneak out.
Do you sneak?
Clip, clop.
I
clip,
can
clop,
attempt.
Clop, clip, clop.
Yeah, true.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
you
all
can
right.
Walk in
totally
the
attempt.
carpet.
I think the floorboards are actually gonna creak under Shot's weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
big.
pretty fucking heavy.
But yeah, you
You
can
fat.
make the attempt. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Wait, what are you doing?
That's actually not terrible, I guess.
Wait,
Sneaking into
14.
Cass's room at night for a chat.
I want to talk to him
Why are you bothering with stealth?
because I want to have a private conversation with somebody.
Oh, if you actually want to have a conversation.
Yes.
We're going for a run from the hay. I was
No.
like, you're just gonna wake up the whole castle anyways. I don't see why you're bothering with the pretense.
Well, you don't want anyone to know. It could just be Cass having fun on his own.
Yeah, fucking right. Like we haven't recognized that. Like we haven't all grown accustomed to the sound of horsecock and catboy by now. But since that is not what is happening,
No.
never mind.
So yeah, I guess also an intelligence roll to figure out which room is Cass's.
Shit.
You're not the tracking dogs. You can't smell that boy pussy.
Hmm.
This is
In
accurate.
this case, it was figurative.
Shit.
I said intelligence, not perception.
Oh,
You can reroll.
intelligence.
Oh, that is a
That's
negative
better.
5 on that.
That's better. I actually have a modifier in that one.
Alright, hey!
Just gonna ignore that past bad roll.
Look, Cass doesn't keep that in the house, Tarn. His parents live here. Come on. And he has maid staff. Use that in the barn where it belongs. Come on. Anyway, yeah, no problem. You can indeed track down the pretty kitty to his room. There's like a pair of matching doors at the very end of your long hallway. And you didn't see anybody get led down here, so it makes sense that one of these is Cass's, and You're not quite sure which one, but the first one you picked just doesn't have a response in it, so perhaps the other one will. And indeed, you give it a little... You hear some rustling inside, and after a moment, Cass peeks out the crack of the door. A shot?
Hey,
It's the middle of the night. What's up?
I wanted to talk.
Cass kind of looks askance and says, the, the walls are a lot thinner than you think they are.
I said
By
I
which I
want
mean
to
they
talk.
exist.
I don't want to fuck. I want to talk.
Oh. Well, I mean, okay.
Crazy, I know.
Alright. Kind of look past you as you come in, make sure nobody's watching, then close the door. Click, lock. Yeah, you can see he has a handsome little room with, like, pastel blue sheets over his bed and several, like, instruments lining the walls, as well as a couple of blunted training swords and many identical copies of his really garish blue coat, all hanging up nice and orderly from a rack. I'll plop
It's got
down
more
on-
than one of these coats.
Yes, he has several.
Do you not
They're
have more
all
of them?
equally as hideous.
It's the artist. I
This is a
take
nice
offense.
room you have.
Thanks. It's been a while since I've been here. Don't mind the mess.
Is there actually a mess?
I mean, it's a little cluttered and dusty. It doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a while.
Not even the staff? Hmm.
Well, I mean, I asked them not to if I'm not here, because,
Oh.
stuff.
Got something to hide?
No?
Hmm. Anyway,
Yes.
Come here.
What do you want to talk about?
she'll take him over towards his so he can sit down.
Alright.
So, Cass, this is important. We've
Okay.
been seeing each other for a little while. And I want to know just how serious are you about this? Are we just gonna be fuck buddies, or is this something else you want?
Oh. It's interesting question out of the blue.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess technically speaking, high nobility. I can't, just marry anybody. That's how I got into that whole mess with my previous bodyguard.
Wait,
Yes, I
this-
remember the one who abandoned you to the wild.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not up to me, I really like you, Hashat, but I mean, I don't. I don't want to come off as being like self-superior or anything, but you are a foreign mercenary. It would be befitting, technically, to have me married off to, a royal princess, even, or the child of another duke. Maybe some foreign royalty. I could end up getting shipped off to the Amazon lands, even.
I think that's something you wouldn't mind too much, that last.
No, definitely not, but what I mean is it's not to me what we are, really.
I see. Well, I wanted to ask because there are things that I want out. She's gonna just kind of negligently with a hand just
Going to what?
push him down onto the bed.
Ah!
And she's gonna just lean over him like and loom.
Beep.
She's gonna put one knee on the bed and just hold him down with one big hand on his chest. See, I have some ambitions, and you're pretty nice. See, what I want is out of life is I need prestige, not necessarily fame or anything, but I want to be known, and I want power, not, political or anything like this. Earthen power within me is what I need. I need more of it. But also, I want companionship. I want wives. And if I get to be in good enough standing, you could be one of those. You're definitely the right kind of person. And she's just going to push the hand like up his chest and over his throat and to hold his jaw and cheek if you wanted.
I don't
I
think
do
I'm the right
have-
kind of person to be a wife, technically speaking.
Oh, I don't think that would be much of a problem.
Cass's masculinity suffers 10 points of damage.
I have a powerful bloodline in me, Cass, and I feel the need to expand. You've seen the things that I can do and that others cannot. Is ancient and powerful. With it, I could definitely make a name for myself. Maybe even gather enough wealth to buy a noble title.
Well, that would certainly be something. I mean, if you could do that, then anything's possible.
But it wouldn't just be you. There might be. I said I wanted wives, not a wife. Would that stop things between us?
Cass sort of flushes darkly, and for a moment he kind of looks away, and then you see a little smile creep on his face, and he says,
If he looks away, I'm just gonna pull pull him back with the hand grip I have on his cheek, and no looking away.
"Ah, you don't think I don't know about those presents you've been sending off, the letters?
Oh, good. I wasn't sure.
I'm still here, aren't I?
Yes.
But what if I wanted something else too? What would you say to that? What if another big, strong Amazon came along and wanted a piece of kitty boy?
Shot's gonna let out a kind of like a growl. I don't. This idea of some other strong person just picking you up and taking you away really doesn't sit well with me. I definitely have to fight them.
Well, what if it was only taking me away for a day or two at a time? Or what if it was a cute little subby princess, huh?
second one, there might be. I might want to impose myself on that. But I don't know how much. I don't know if I like the idea of sharing.
Well then, why am I supposed to then?
Well, there's me, and then there are the other wives I might have. I suppose I wouldn't mind too much if they were to entertain me.
I don't know, Hashat. That seems pretty one-sided. A little controlling, don't you think?
I thought you liked me like that.
Well, I do. You know, in bed. But we're not talking about just, you know, who's on top roughing up who anymore. And Cass is going to... give a little squirm to try and get out from under you. Like he wants to sit up and face to face with you now.
What do you want me to see to stop? Keep him down.
Athletics or intimidate.
I feel like athletics would be a bit. Well, I mean, I would have a much higher chance of that. But so I think I'm just gonna intimidate. Not gonna use my strength over it. So I think it'd be an even go.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Alright, so yeah, you loom over him a little bit more, and your hand gets just a little bit tighter, and Cass's kilt just, 10 poles. But you're not focused on that right now. You're all eyes on the Catboy's face, and you see him flushing again, and kind of worms a little bit, and says, I mean, it's different when we're talking about our lives. Come on, you gotta see that, right?
I suppose I can see your side of it somewhat. Though I do like the idea of having a cute little kitty cat like you at my side being so doting.
I can be plenty doting. I just, don't know if I can 100% be someone's if they can't be all of mine.
I think there might be enough of me to go around. I'm plenty. There's a lot of a shot.
Well, there's a lot of Cass, too. It's just, on an emotional level, if not necessarily a physical one.
Oh. Free love. Well, I did have my heart set on having a nice little harem of sweet things to entertain with, but I do like you, so perhaps maybe I'll think about it. As long as you think about what I said as
Alright, well, let's cap this off with a persuade check. So what kind of lasting impact you have. I think I'll go ahead and give you advantage. You've certainly wormed your way into little Cassie's heart.
Wouldn't it be kind of... I could use my inspiration on...
You already got advantage.
Oh, that's right, I do. Right. I forget then. Inspiration is only just a... 21.
Alright. Yeah, you definitely think Cass will be thinking about that. Hedrah, that's rude.
Then... then with after I say that, I'm going to just bring a hand up and scratch him behind the ear and maybe give his hair a little tug before leaning back away from him and finally easing back.
Yeah, you know, I mean, walls are thin and all, but you don't have to, go.
Oh yeah? You want to cuddle?
I mean,
Maybe
that's not
something
too
more.
embarrassing for a big,
Maybe
strong
if I
Amazon.
mean, I suppose we could try to be quiet, especially if I put one of these big, strong hands over your mouth and keep you from...
Well, if you do that, then how's my mouth gonna get here? And you feel some hands going under your kilt and fade to black.
I mean, I only did intend to just talk, but I mean, it's Cass, so I guess I shouldn't be too
You
surprised.
got a 24 intimidation. Catboy is turned on now.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I guess unless anyone has anything, it's only a little rapey. The next morning, unless anyone has.
I mean,
anything
is it?
else.
I mean, this is
Does
what he
Alara
wants.
sneak into my room?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, this is what Cass
Elra's
likes.
getting pampered and just rolling around in a giant bed like a big old dog.
Nah. Then I am with my much exhaustion out cold. I'm just like this sprawled out nude thing in the middle of the bed, doing the tail wiggle.
The bed is delightfully warm and sucks you into a deep, long slumber as soon as you hit the deck. It is exactly what Cass likes. It's true.
How close to the salt mines can I get?
Heck,
Not very?
Never mind.
okay, I just had to like surprise fucking tab with audio problems. I barely heard anything after. Alara getting pampered.
Didn't miss anything. We're just cutting up to the next morning. Speaking of which, it's the
Ah.
next morning then.
Yay!
It's the very early morning for some people.
It's probably the very early morning for all of you, because, you're adventurers. You keep adventure hours. And during adventure
Yeah,
hours,
but-
around wake-up time, there's a delightful smell of bacon just wafting through the whole house.
I'm going to have to make a
talking
check, because
about?
usually I wake up at adventurer hours, but when I'm sleeping with exhaustion, that's probably not the case, and I don't have a burb to peck me awake anyway.
Hey, Savin.
Alright,
What
bacon.
bacon?
Bacon is... the bacon
yeah.
calls to me.
Well, I guess I would have had a shovel in Partner of Crimes, but that was mostly for a gag. So no bacon swiped.
Yeah. Dude, look at that. That right there was me wasting the only good save I'm rolling all session, so I sure hope we don't get into a fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say there's some wyverns about to come venom your ass.
Oh, why wizards? Like, yarm yarm bacon, yarm yarm.
So yeah, we'll fade down. Is anyone not wearing their delightful finery that was left for you?
When was that left? I guess.
What was brought for me?
You wouldn't know. You never returned to your room last night.
No, it went with you to your room. It's just like a simple but well embroidered tunic, breeches. They all have like little crest of Pergolith on the chest.
Yeah, sure.
Simple
Right.
farm.
I'm not a
Saddle,
pant. How
bike.
loose are the breeches? I'm not a pants kind of person.
You have a kilt. Or a skirt,
Okay, good.
actually.
Okay.
I hope it's low. I hope it's low enough down. Unless you've incredible tuck game.
It's not,
It might not be, actually.
Uh
it's also not a very
Wow.
heavy fabric.
oh no.
So,
Oh no.
yeah, it's fine. Cass has some underpants she can borrow. They don't-
Just got some pants pulling it up between your own crack. All right, but if I get horny, this is exploding, literally exploding off of me.
It sure is.
Well,
I have my nice like dress from hanging out with lots of fancy rich nobles, and I think it's the only thing I've got nice that fits me properly compared to whatever's on offer here because I'm like a big fucking salamander woman. So yeah, no, I'll be wearing my fancy dress. Everyone can see me in the fancy dress again.
Speaking of fancy
Huh?
dress, Ursula.
yes. Ursula is not wearing the clothes that was given to her because she took the time beforehand, because she knew she was going to meet Cass's parents, to prepare. So she bought good soap, good oils, corset, dress, and shoes. So she has been preparing herself since before the regular waking hours, cleaning herself, 100 stroke brushing her hair, even the fur on her ears and her tail. And she's coming out in low-heeled shoes and a very, very fine dress. So I can place it there. Yeah.
Wow, Ursula,
What?
that is an absolutely beautiful dress.
Wait, why are you calling her Ursula?
That's Ursula.
Szooth looks back and squints.
That is quite definitely. And I wish I was half as good as you as putting on makeup as well. And here I was worrying that I would be overdressed. Now I just feel a little bit scandalous in comparison.
Well, we were going to meet Cassidy's parents, and they were very high in nobility.
Da, you have chosen
Just-
well.
Szooth will hop off his chair, go over to Ursula and go like,
Excuse me. Can I ask you to give me a hug, just as a test of sorts?
Are wishing to check if it is still Ursula's marshmallows?
Well, I do recognize Ursula's hugs, yes.
This is fair enough.
Just gently picks him up and puts him slightly squeezing between the titties.
Ah, it is Ursula.
Da.
I didn't recognize you. You clean up so well.
Yes, just because I'm actually good at taking a beating and dishing it out doesn't mean I have to dress like a vagabond every day in fine company. Not trying to embarrass people.
Yes, but out
It's
of everyone.
actually he's actually getting a little bit pink cheek now because it's slightly embarrassed.
Yes, but out of everyone, you're the one I thought was a whole new person. A noble who has never left the halls. I didn't even recognize you.
Da.
Well, I did work as a maid for Kobolds.
I guess
alright.
that is how you got so good at applying the makeup.
Yes, and corsets and dressing and all this fine and makes a actual court bow flawlessly.
See? You even know the manners. It's more than just putting on a dress and some makeup. You look as if you belong here. I would have never have guessed.
I always look like a trumpet when I curtsy. so I just try to avoid it.
I was for over 40 years, you know.
Nah.
Lady Cassia will cover her mouth to laugh and say, "Well, my dear, if the adventuring thing ever falls through for you, I believe there will always be a job here for you as a maid. Or perhaps a
Mercenary
lady
work.
in waiting."
And now that I
quite
see us all
impressive.
gathered like this, perhaps we should dress more like this. I wonder how much more business we drum up looking so, well, professional and clean.
Well, considering a lot of the business that we get tends to be for, smacking things with a stick, probably being dressed fancily wouldn't do us particularly well. That said, as well, I think that you're all failing to notice that Tarnavak looks like a crisp cut of man right there. Look at him.
Yes,
He doesn't even look like it'll break if he flexes, which is generally pretty good for a suit.
Tarnavak always has an air of honor and class to him.
Da, but now he has a sweet tuxedo to match.
This is fair, I suppose.
Makes me think of some kind of noble baron.
Da, the Baron Tarnavak.
Or maybe a count. Count
Ah,
Tarnavak?
Count Tarnavak. That sounds real good.
But, you embarrass me.
No, goodness,
Huh?
no.
As long as we don't embarrass Cassidy,
Oop.
should be good.
No, you're all dashing.
Especially Shallow. He loves the bow tie provided for him. Compliments to whoever tailored it.
Shovel will preen.
I will woo-woo at Elra between noms of bacon, which is, that's just an accent when you're speaking Papa to be in the middle of eating bacon. Everyone knows that.
It's factually
Can't
true.
you go
So
from
yeah,
regular to Texan?
when Elra comes down, she's probably like one of the last people down. She's not wearing the noble finery. She's wearing the bed sheets, just like draped over
Wow.
one shoulder and tied around the waist, and she has the torn clothing just like wrapped over one arm and just kind of embarrassedly sets that on the edge of the table. She comes in, it's like, it didn't fit. Sorry. And she'll occupy like 2 entire chairs here next to Naya.
But
Well, do not
Just
worry.
to
We're
point
going to
out-
find a nice fitter, and we're going to put you in such a pretty dress.
Oh, come now.
you
I'm
know, it's
going
not
for
hard
dresses.
to do the dress thing with the sheets because you can get something like this rather simply. So you tie it.
Well, if not the dress, perhaps we can get you in a dashing
See?
suit as well. Nothing to say the least of. I very much like the aesthetic of the lady tux.
She chuckles under her breath and says, I was more thinking hunting leathers, but... Well,
No, it's a different kind of hunt.
hmm. And as you're successfully flustering the Queen of the Wolves, a couple of maids will bring Snack down, or Shale, as you're starting to rename her as best as you can.
Yeah.
Still, mostly this will answer to Snack, but you're doing your best.
I will deliberately refer to her as Shale, and if she doesn't respond, I'll give her a little poke.
Yeah, so
to
they
reinforce
have
that.
dressed her in fine, and it looks like they've given her a bath.
Hey.
Now that she's been cleaned up and isn't just covered in filth, you can see that she has quite a few like big nasty scars all over. But she has a fairly well-shaped face and short black hair that has been combed and brushed and washed. And she walks in awkwardly, kind of escorted by the maids who will put her down in the empty chair between Hashat and Ursula. They will curtsy and excuse themselves. And the lady of the house will say, My, Shale, you look lovely. Orc will just kind of look confused and alarmed.
She said, I don't know if she can speak common. Has she ever said anything in common? Or just giant?
She has just spoken giant at you.
I will translate into giant then for her that the lady says you look very...
She doesn't seem to know how to respond to that, so simply just says yes.
She says thank you.
The lady will make a pitying sound, and then she will personally, like, fill up a big plate full of food and put it in front of her.
I'll
There,
make sure to
eat
tell.
up.
This is for you. You should eat and regain your strength.
Yeah.
Eat as much as you like.
This time, she does not require a second prompting. When you tell her it's okay to eat, she will begin to ravenously devour the food. Enough so that Acacia will kind of lean back like, oh my.
I fear they were very much mistreated.
The poor darling. Well, don't worry. We really do have the best in the business here in Pergolith. This was the start of the War of Reclamation, after all. I won't say it will be quick necessarily, but I can bet any money that within half a year she'll be as functional as any of us. Perhaps more so if what Cass said about her magical powers is true. I've never seen a slave with her own golems before.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
And made of salt, too. Strange.
Yes, I'm very interested in how she went about making.
No language skill.
So, did everyone sleep well?
Oh, your beds are very nice. It's the first time I've slept in such a comfortable.
Oh, you're too kind.
I tried to rest, but found myself almost failing until the later parts of the night. The hallways and stonework, you see, have such varied and storied histories I couldn't help but study.
Ah, a scholar, are you?
Yes, as is my profession. Well, that and mercenary, employer.
Well, if you're interested in scholarship, perhaps Cass will take you down to Libram Hall, if you have the time. You'll never find a larger library in all the Southlands.
I'm
You sure
afraid
do
I-
lots of cocaine with the
Which is-
headmaster.
I'm afraid I've had to deliberately bar myself to such a location, for I know my tendencies. The moment I step through the threshold, I will be lost in those libraries for months to come. However, we still have somewhere we must be.
Is Libram Hall a library?
Oh, it is not
the
just a
city's-
library. It is one of the libraries.
Yes,
Oh, yeah?
it is the city's magical academy. The oldest in all the South, I'm told.
Really?
Even since my surfacing from my homeland, I've heard whispers of its prestige across the wind. I've been very excited to come see it, but of course, like I said, time must be allotted for such things.
Did
Well-
Cass learn there?
No, not really. It's more of a wizard thing. I found that my talents were better suited north at Gallium's school.
Okay.
The land of drinking and smoking and singing songs.
It is a very good school, I must say. Learned a very tasty brew from her people. Which reminds me, I must talk to you and share to you later, Lady Cassia.
Lady Cass Assassin.
Cassia. I
Cassie,
must share a drink with you. later, my lady. Something I think will be much to your tastes.
Oh my. Well, perhaps you'd better ask my husband first. He might be a little offended should I start accepting drinks from handsome foreign men.
Szooth kind of gives a questioning look.
I like this one. She's a charmer. Say Hashat, perhaps Libram Hall would be a useful place to learn more about your own sorcerer's natures, considering they've got the expert wizards there.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I would like to go and see about. I have some other business in town that I want to check out too. But I would definitely
Yes.
want to take a look there.
As I take it, Cassidy is the local experts in sites and establishments here.
Oh, I bet
A
he could give
little.
us quite the tour.
Yes, it would be most prevalent for him to be our guide.
My friends, you
I'd love
agonize
to.
me talking about going to such places.
Well, if Hashat is there, then she can certainly make sure to drag you away afterwards.
Oh, I definitely need to bring Szooth.
Nah, I'm sure there's
Uh,
particularly nice parts in regards to history. Oh my god, so Tarnavak, how do you feel about your glorious
my
Emperor, Dragon, and Phoenix? May he live 1,000 years.
I'm
Oh
telling you
my
now, if you guys want to find Szooth after he goes in that library, you're gonna have to beat his stealth checks.
Well, no, we should just keep you on a
Not
leash.
decent.
No, not even a leash. You know those toddler
A
ones. The
toddler
toddler
harness?
Yeah.
I was also going to say harness.
Ye oldie toddler harness.
Yeah,
The harder you pull away to get away, the tighter it gets.
no, that's a joker.
I was thinking like a dog harness.
No,
But
no,
yeah.
yeah. There's harnesses that rest around the chest, so it does pull harder back, but at the same time, it doesn't A, exhaust your arm, or B, strangle them, but they do feel it tighten, which encourages them to back up. You know, without being as horrible as like a choke muzzle, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, choke collar there would be like, don't kink shame me, Karen.
Unlike some people who learn to just turn around and walk backwards out of their harnesses. Squint.
Oh, does she actually figure out how to?
Yeah,
Back out
if
of
I
a-
put her in a harness,
my.
she will turn around, hunch her shoulders, and just boop.
That fucking.
Too fucking smart.
Yeah, I mean, like Huskies are, as we've said before, a special kind of retarded, where they are a savant at things that guide them towards mischief, but otherwise retarded in the most common ways.
So you mean an idiot savant?
Yes, they
Nah.
are idiot savants.
They're rudinis.
Also true. So yeah, that's why Tasha has to go on walks with a normal collar and choke herself out. Womp womp.
Well, this is what she had her chance. This is what she wants.
Please,
A
I
masochistic.
beg you one last time. Do not let me go near towards the library.
Well, there are lots of other
What?
places we could go. There's the biggest temple to Mithras in the whole world here in Pergolith. Or,
Yeah.
there's the Lion Fang Milk Bar. Everybody loves that place.
The
A
who,
bar
what,
for
bar?
milk.
Lion fan milk bar?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
glance over at Hashat.
It's a bar that
Like
serves
that's milk?
milk and cookies.
Isn't that just like a bakery?
Well, yeah, but it's got a bar aesthetic. It's full of cowgirls.
Oh,
Oh. My people.
I will translate en route to Elrond.
She says that sounds barbaric. How could you treat poor cows like that?
Barbaric.
No, I believe they're
Absolutely
more like
barbaric.
Hashats, you know, like a bunch of them.
She understands.
Oh.
She thinks it's barbaric to keep them in slavery. How dare you?
Oh, wait.
I will swap
like-
back. It is not slavery, right? Are they employed or
Slavery is illegal throughout the whole country. Of course they're employed.
just making sure? And then yeah, so,
Oh.
like actually, apparently they just get paid really well for it.
Huh. How demeaning.
Just go,
I shrug.
just, while Naya and Elra is talking there, Ursula just turns to them and goes a little puff, puff, roof, roof, and actually says, like, they aren't mindless anymore. They're free thinking.
What? How did that
Oh,
happen?
right, of course. When back in your day, the cowgirls would have been a little bit lacking in the smarts department. Yes.
Yes, they were brain dead.
Well, no, they're all of like Hashat intelligence, and I will again indicate Hashat.
I thought she was
Hashat,
a
you just hear like
horse.
roo 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 and some pointing.
Incoming brain
Yeah,
dead.
and then you hear like pop, pop, roof, roof, and from Ursa going like, that's not a high bar.
Well, come on now, that's a little bit mean. But at the same time, nah, they're all like intelligent enough to do things like receive educations and actually work as workers, like actual barmaids, but apparently with big milky titties.
Other than using them as pillows, I still struggle to understand the surface world fascination with breasts.
So just as Szooth is saying breasts, the door to the dining room will swing open, and a trio of figures will walk in.
I didn't know someone else was joining. It's the dude.
Yeah, so
Stand up.
a tall, like early middle-aged, skinny fellow in basically just a commoner's tunic and breeches is leading a dark-skinned bunny girl and a red-haired male Amazon in full knight's armor in, and he just kind of stops short, seeing the lot of you, and glances around. Ah, damn it all, I forgot we had guests.
Ah, hello there. Join us for morning bacon.
Cass is gonna, like, kick a shot and be like, stand up! And
And you
I will stand up.
Cass will
it's
say,
already standing and giving courteous bow.
yeah. Shale is also
No.
standing immediately and just kind of cower bows.
She recognizes authority at the least. Probably a good instinct.
What about the rest of you nerds?
No, of course I'm going to stand up politely.
Szooth will see everybody
And
else
I'll
stand.
offer a hand to Eldra's shoulder in case she doesn't stand up, just so that she is, implicit in support instead.
Oh,
Yeah, the
roll
polite
roll
backup.
rumph and stand up. Just towers over everybody, which is enough to make the Duke and his retainers sort of stop.
Szooth will
Damn,
look at
you're a
everybody
big
else.
one. Alright, sit down.
No, it's
I'll sit. And I'll gesture for
Finish my
Shale
bacon
to sit
quickly.
down.
Cass, boy. Good job with that village. Hartwell, was it? Uh-huh. Yeah, we freed him real good. Yeah, you did. And now he will slap down a large pile of paper in front of himself as he sits down. Now the rest of the towns around the city are starting to say there are monsters about. Ogres coming down out of the hills. Belton, Kyrus, Mordenthal, even Shatterpike, all saying they've seen beasts on the loose. Belton even sent word of a dragon, which probably just means a wyvern or a drake.
Well, that sounds bad.
No, we actually encountered Morgos on our way down. Rather unfortunately.
Gianna mentioned. I'd say it's embarrassing, but, well, have more concerning things to worry about. But not concerning for you. No need for adventurers, right, Sir Sigismund? The knight will step forward and clang his gauntlet to his breastplate. No, sir. We're riding out in just a few minutes to sort everything out. Peace and prosperity will be restored by the morrow. Good man.
Yeah. Can I offer you a prayer and a blessing? A little bit of good luck.
Ah. A lady of my own goddess. Be a fool to say no.
Cool. And yeah, I will. I don't know what the equivalent of is just saying, like, I burn a level 2 spell slot and just fucking, pray and wish him good luck, but that's essentially what happens.
Yeah, alright. I think there actually is a paladin, like, ceremony spell or something that has...
I don't have access to that.
Yeah, it's called ritual something. Or
I'm a
like-
level,
That's
I'm a level
Literally
2
called
paladin.
ceremony.
I think ceremony is just level
Yes,
1, but...
Is it?
Spell spell.
Sarah.
Fucking, that doesn't bring up anything.
Well, nerd, not having
it's
all of the
level
spells forever.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, I will.
It has a casting time of 1 hour.
Oh no.
It is literally a ceremony.
I think you
Ah.
can just drop a bless on him and he'll
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
good about himself.
He'll feel good about it. I'll give him the 10-minute abbreviated version of ceremony. I'm not gonna marry him randomly to the Lady Ilgade next to him.
I mean, that's pretty decent arrangement, but alright, if you insist.
I got that in the pocket. No, I will. I'll do him a blessing, and you know what? 1 second. You guys see me hand him a scroll case.
Ooh.
That, a little bit of wishing you good luck. Those ogres were definitely a kick in the teeth that was of a degree unexpected.
Well, he will kind of look at it with a glint in his eyes and tuck it onto his belt. He'll then kind of bow deep and take your hand. You have my thanks, Lady.
Maya, it is a pleasure.
Pleasure.
No,
And I am
smile
Sigismund
politely.
Lionfang, commander of the Knights of the Lion. I shall win great victories in your name this day.
You do me far too much honor, and I thank you, though.
And he
Do
will-
I recognize that name?
Lionfang? Yeah, you sure do.
Descendants of the heroes of Shatterpike, etc., etc.
Tarnavak, incidentally, you also for a moment think you recognize that individual, but no.
There have been a lot of
Too-
cigs and
too manly.
cigarettes and cigarellas.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I won the horn from definitely had
Good old Siggy Lionfang.
So- Wait, I have a question. So if any of them gets pissed or angry, does that make them a 6 sour?
Nice, nice. Oh, I just had the first sip of drink now that's breathed for a while. Delightful.
It's fucking nice.
I'm now in my cozy brain place. Up until I get hungry, but for now, cozy brain place.
So yeah, Sigismund will give you a parting bow and then make his way out. And the Duke will just pile on some bacon onto a plate and lean back and just start silently reading over these papers while he eats.
Does Sasha leave, or is she joining us?
No, she's currently like standing behind Szooth, just kind of looming over him.
Szooth will offer her a piece of bacon.
She ignores your bacon and reaches out and picks up your owl.
Oh, that is Shovel. Dashing, is he not?
Quite dashing. What an adorable little bird.
She breaks
Hello,
his
bird.
neck. Poor Shovel.
His name is Shovel.
No, she can't break his neck. It's your rotates.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's an owl. It's possible.
She breaks its neck and he just kind of rotates back like, bitch, how dare.
Hoot!
His name is Shovel. He's a rather dashing owl.
Indeed. Perhaps my next familiar should be an owl.
Oh yes, I heartily recommend it. A familiar owl has been a great service to me, especially with his night vision and perception. It helps a lot during the daytime. Kobolds and sunlight sensitivity, as you may know.
Oh, that makes sense, yes. Tell
Shovel
me, does he
is
screech a lot?
Oh no, Shovel's quite a silent and very well behaved bird. In fact, the only time I've ever heard him screech is when he's been horribly murdered for one reason or another.
I'm getting a bit tired of hearing my red falcons screeching at all hours. Ah, where are my manners, though? She will plant the bird back on your head. I'm Zasha Elgade. I believe you've recently added a new village to my domain.
Ah, yes, sorry about that sudden drop. It was a very complicated situation. One we would have better explained had we the time.
No need. Saving lives is more important than temporary access to the salt mines. Though I will be a bit miffed if the old salt mine doesn't connect to the new one. That'll take some time to dig out.
Might I just say that I am at least very thankful that the nobility of these lands have been so generous and understanding with the recent addition to their lands.
At the very least, that big dragon left behind a whole bunch of salt, or
It would be rather remiss of me not to be understanding to adventurers. My own father was one of the heroes of Shatterpike.
Oh, you're an Ilgade?
I did mention as much, yes.
Sorry, I must have slipped my mind. Very focused on the bacon, you see.
She'll give a little half smile and say, Your lordship, might I join you? It has been a long night. He'll nod absently and just kind of wave a piece of bacon at her.
Of course, of course. This is perfect timing. I was just talking to your wife about this drink I wanted you all to try. Very tasty brew.
The dude just kind of squints over his paper at you, like, excuse you.
Szooth, completely missing the squint, will continue to bring out the healing brews.
Szooth is an aspiring little brewmaster.
Indeed, I'm trying to get its flavor into the tongues of many affluential people so that its name spreads. I think I have something very special here.
You'll forgive me for being rude, but taking
It's
drink
very-
off of relative strangers is how one ends up a dead duke.
Well,
Also a dead duke's wife.
What if it was a perfectly sealed bottle of 1 platinum piece vodka from Ivara?
Have you ever heard of a thing called a needle?
Well, of course, but come now, Ivara and vodka.
I'm
But I take
confused.
your word for it. It is more for us.
Oh, the concern is poison. Poison,
It's a healthy paranoia.
You'll have to forgive me. In my lands, we do not deal with such things as poisons.
Isn't that because you're exceptionally difficult to poison with all the carrion?
Well, no, actually. People think that, but really it's just because we are often so short-lived that it's not worth poisoning us in the first place.
Huh. You know, I actually figured kobolds were not technically short-lived, just really unfortunate. And I've never seen evidence to the contrary.
Even our histories have yet to prove otherwise. There's a mystery ongoing with our people. However, we are exceptionally hard to poison. You'll have to forgive me for being so brash and forgetting such a common thing.
Come on, Dad, it's one of my friends. It's fine. And Cass will take the bottle out of your hands and like pop it open. He'll take a long sip and like two-hand it towards his father. Duke will just kind of squint again at Cass and say, "This is how you're going to end up being in dead air, you know." I'm not, but
Well-
give it here.
Worst comes to worst, I've got lay on hands ready and waiting.
This is going to be the most elaborate assassination attempt I've ever experienced.
Now, it's a bit of a stretch, you know, rescue a whole village from a map just to try and poison you.
And that's how they get you. I'll give you like a little finger gun.
I
Huh.
But he
can't say
will
I
in
dis-
fact take a long sip.
I can't say I dislike his paranoia. Very kobold of him.
That is the strangest compliment.
I will endeavor to take that as a compliment. And that is good. What flavor is that? Some sort of berry?
actually, what flavor is it?
It's your
It's
fucking
the-
potion, mate.
Hey, it's
Fucking
It's your
it's
potion.
the hey, it's yo. It's
Yeah.
the double nat 20.
yeah, it's the
wine,
flavor
remember?
of double nat. Yeah, it's the flavor of double nat 20.
Ah, it
So-
tastes like large green
it tastes
numbers. I
like
see.
it tastes like 1 in 357. Yeah. Oh, 358. I forget.
No, it's 357 Magnum flavor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want it to be its own special alchemical flavor. Can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, all right. So he tries to place it and just can't. It's like, huh, fascinating.
oh, it's 1 in 400. Duh, it's double powered. Brain maths. Yeah, you should just call that wine 1 in 400, even though there's only one bottle of it.
A strange flavor, is it not? Unplaceable yet delicious. Not like any other things on the market. It doesn't even take it barely any time to age at all before it is drinkable. And on top of all of it, it heals.
Oh, is that one of the ones you learned how to make into a healing potion?
Yes.
Do you
Well,
hear
they're
this little
letting
boy,
in.
sweetness? He's quite the salesman. Isn't he, though? He's so charming.
Yes. It
Since
started in the verdant lush valley of Ibarra over there, in the Bunnyfolk village,
Oh,
where they do
Dethic
nothing
Dale.
but trade.
I've been
Yes.
there once. Lovely place.
You did. I'm amazed you managed to leave again.
It's an easy thing to do when you have such a lovely wife waiting for you at home.
Usually it is odd for such kobolds as I to have long-term goals. After all, short life expectancy. But after my adventuring days and my studies are done, I would hope to find a sponsor to be able to make these drinks and distribute them across the land.
Well, I think you'll find a market here in the
Oh,
city,
wait.
that's for sure.
I'm even starting to pitch names for the company, for the drink, actually. Tell me what you think of Szooth Cola.
What's a cola?
I don't know, but I like the ring to it.
Want like an attractive drink tone?
Wait,
Random side, is Shale
Soothing.
actually still
Oh, wait.
injured?
She is.
Yeah, she's not physically injured, but she is missing like half of her hit points from just like abuse and fatigue.
It's
Ah,
something
is there
that
any
will
way I
go
can-
away.
Yeah, am I able to dump any magical healing into her and push that along?
Yeah, you can magic heal her up. Give her a lay on
Sure.
shoulder rubs.
Dude. Dude. Making pathetic. There we go. There's a way more reasonable cure.
Either way, these are plans for later. much later down the line. I thank you for going out on a limb and trusting me in tasting my drink.
Well, I suppose it's an easy ask for folk who save a village, after all. Nahi, as you're giving Shell the shoulder rub, she just kind of like lowers her head and just like braces for some sort of impact until you like actually start channeling the magic, and then she looks around like, "Oh, what?
It's okay. She's just making your pain go.
I'll give her my most beatific holy person smile. I don't have inspiration for this, but well, okay, cool, awesome.
Nice.
There you go. I really religious it up with that healing.
All right, yeah."
I imagine like the old mother the like mother superior who taught me, and I just try and channel as much of that while going into the healing. You know, really set her at ease.
I think even through all that abuse, she can appreciate the mom's smile and will slowly relax a little bit. Let you finish what you're doing.
God, I really hope there's no combat. I'm using up my good rolls on non-combat things, which is the sign. That's when it goes really badly.
Yeah, that's when everything's about to go to shit.
Like I'm rolling really nicely. Like this happened before. Like I got the date with Elra and had nice conversations with people, and then a fight started, and I rolled hot garbage until I was unconscious.
By the way,
Oh, it'll be fine.
Oh, I'm very paranoid.
It's fine.
by the way, how many Tailor until now have we run into? Like this isn't the first Tailor we run
No,
into.
that you saw a whole village of them.
And
Okay.
also, and don't forget the adorable disabled bunny girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. But at the village, was that the Bard village?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, Zanza will move over next to Sasha and go,
By the way, if you had time later on in the day, I was wondering if I couldn't interview you.
Interview me? What for?
Well, you see, I actually have been slacking on this, but I need to get an interview from a Talier's perspective on the race and people.
I think I'm a poor choice for that. I was raised by and among catfolk. So you
Oh,
might
we
as well
wanted to
ask
do
my
that, we'd have-
husband about Minotaur Society.
Hmm. I do forget, Talier are rather mixing breed. It is not unusual for them to grow up amongst other cultures, even to be integrated and such.
I hear there's a whole city of Talir to the north, along the coast.
That's right, Illyria, my grandmother's city.
I suppose. Wait a second, the Tailor and the Minotaur?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
How large is your family?
Ah, you have no idea.
I hear
Wait.
tales that
Do you?
Talier family even rival that of Kobold.
Significance as well.
Let's just say I briefly trekked into the triple digits of children and grandchildren.
Oh, Blat. I can fill a couple of chapels for Mithras.
I am definitely writing that down.
Oh dear.
You have to forgive my enthusiasm. My entire quest, after all, is to try to find a way to have my people integrate with the societies above. And there is no race that integrates better with other races and societies than Talia.
Well, if you like, I could write you a letter of recommendation to grandmother.
Oh yes, if we have the time, that would very much be appreciated. I never know when such things can come up. We are as fickle as the winds as it comes to traveling paths.
Well, Illyria is a bit out of the way. I think you'll have to make a path there specifically, but if you do, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly for such a favor.
She smiles and she will pet your burb, who will sort of compress down and vicariously pat your head as well.
multi-pad padding. Blast the Eurobeat.
So I think,
Alright.
like,
That was all I wanted.
well, they're saying that, oh, we'll just kind of lean over to Nahia and Woof. Is it okay if I pet the bird?
Duh. Just, make sure not to crush its skull. I feel bad. I've killed it before by mistake. Well, I didn't. My bird killed his bird. You should meet her. She's a sweetheart. Him. My bird's a sweetheart. Gender undefined.
Blink.
I'm
Perhaps
very
I
confused
just
about my
not.
bird.
I am rather strong.
It's true.
She will just reach out and, like, one claw tap the top of the bird's head. I'll just preen and wiggle around.
But, as they say, daylight is burning, and we have a large city and many sights to see. Would that
Yeah,
be
if you
right,
guys-
Cassidy?
You guys want to go? Be happy to show you around.
Yeah, you should show us the sights, Cass. Give us
Duh.
the grand tour of your city.
Although, if you could point us the direction of Tailor first, I need to get the poor arrow here sorted out.
Yeah, sure, of course. I know just the place. They say their silk is made by the gods themselves.
Oh,
That
that
sounds
sounds
kind of
nice.
roll his eyes like, oh yes, that river.
Well, maybe I can get some extra underwear as well.
Come along, come on. Let's go.
Yep.
Yes, stands up,
Okay.
bows to the Lord of the Manor, says, "By your leave, my lord."
All right.
An
I
adventure
will.
with manners.
Let's bring
We'll
shade.
give you a nod.
Oh, sorry,
feel
said
as
you
though-
look up there.
I said, he says, huh, an adventure with manners, and then gives you a nod.
I feel as if I can eat so much more bacon, but I suppose exploration needs to go.
Szooth, just as you're getting up to leave, the lady of the house will give you a, like, paper-wrapped bundle of the last bits of bacon off the communal platter.
A kobold bag.
Yeah,
I pledge my life.
Kobold bag.
I pledge my life to you, my lady.
Oh, you're so sweet. Careful, dear. I'm going to get jealous.
Szooth will happily run out with his bag of bacon.
Szooth really is the most charming. Well,
Yeah,
And then
you
it's
know,
just like-
like as
follow
soon as-
after them
that's-
after a little bow.
And as soon as
That's a
we're
fucking level
gone,
20. Yeah, 20 charisma straight up.
And
With
as soon as
advantage
we're
constantly,
gone-
That's cool.
I forget that I'm like bowling deep out of control with charisma now. It's so nice. It was the one main problem of being a split cast paladin warlock with, you know, all that stuff in strength and con. I couldn't really have a spellcasting stat, and now I do.
Oh man.
You were saying, Hashat?
I was gonna say as soon as we're gone, like the lady is like, can we have a kobold? I want. They're so cute
Oh yeah, for sure.
in like a little suit. Can be like the major domo of the house.
Seneschal scale puppy.
Seneschal scale puppy.
Castle like lean back and say, "Oh yeah, the Lion Fangs had one of those too. Jeffrey or something, I think his name was. I think he's still around actually. Oh wait, no. Oh, he got smushed by a giant, I think.
Oh, we met them
Oh.
actually, members of the industrious line of men in Jeffries.
There was a Jeffrey
No,
that came to a
they're
bar.
unrelated. He's unrelated to the hero Jeffrey.
But they do really like the name because Hero Jeffrey's pretty dope. And he was hanging out with other heroes, or at least a puppy elf hero. One
I
of them.
thought he was the hero Jeffrey's son or grandson. Although this would be a different Jeffrey than.
Yeah, different branch of the
One.
family, or maybe it's just a common name. I don't know. Hi, Gianna. Yeah, leaning
Actually,
against
it
one
is
of the
very-
pillars as you guys leave the dining room is the captain of the Rangers, who is currently chewing on the end of a pipe and gives you all a communal up nod. Gas? She'll crook a finger and he'll wander over and get a head pat. So, I'm here to pick up her. And she'll point to Shale.
Listening to our counseling.
Mm-hmm. Taking her to the Temple of Mithras. Got a doctor there that can, well, you know, she'll tap the side of her head.
I actually have business over at the Temple of Mithras.
Do you now?
Yes. Would you mind if I go with?
Doesn't bother me none. Probably make her feel more comfortable.
Probably.
Cass, you coming, or... Do you guys want to go to the temple first, or...
Cute clothing first, but then certainly intend to stop by the temple.
It seems like
Yeah,
we wait for
sure.
them to go to
Everyone
the
is
temple
literally
and then us
wearing
to
a
go
bedsheet.
afterwards.
I would think if there was any temple that didn't mind wearing
Well,
bed sheets.
That's a
it would
very
be
good
for me.
point. I will
Yes.
ask Elra if she's cool with it.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, Elra's like,
I would-
I am only wearing this to please other people. I'd rather be naked.
Well, you're not the only one, but I bet we can get you in some very cute clothes.
You get more direct by the hour, don't you?
It happens in stages. Right now I'm satisfied and full of bacon.
Is that when you're the most horny or the least?
I think it's a matter of comfort, surely. And then it comes to the matter of hungers. I'll get back to you on that.
The captain will just kind of look between the two of you ruing at each other and just shake her head like, oh god, adventurers.
Mercenaries. At least that's what they keep telling me to say.
That's right.
Oh my god, can I fuck with Hashat by mooing at her as well?
She won't understand, but you
I-
can definitely moo at a
You
shot.
Will
don't
not
speak
understand what
cowgirl?
you were saying. No,
Never mind.
I don't speak moo.
You don't actually speak moo.
Surprising.
I know, right?
That's extremely racist, Nahia. How dare you?
Come now. When I step by that milk bar, I will be getting all of the girls to be very happy with me. They will get us a free round of moos and cookies.
Yeah, Gianna, you should come with us. We're going to the milk bar. Oh, I hate that place. No, you don't. You love it. Cass. Nobody hates milk and cookies. It's against the law. It comes from cows, though. Like people cows. It's weird and gross.
Have you seen milk come from the animal cows? It looks more like you're trying to push snot out of others. It's actually like way more delicious from cowgirls. Not that I know that, of course.
My people don't
I
even
was
have
raised on a
milk.
farm, actually, so yes, I do know. But
And surely you know that from the cowgirls it is technically more delicious and a little bit easier to swallow.
yes, but it's a bit
Look,
weird when it comes from, and she'll make like giant hands way out from her chest.
Moo.
look, you gotta do something with it all.
No,
Gotta go somewhere, and
I'm sure he gets very sore. Actually, that might have been some kind of, series of lessons that I could have signed up for when I was still in training. I didn't in the end because, I'm not exactly the milkiest myself.
Cass will give Gianna a little like Puss in Boots eyes until she sighs and says, "All right, I'll come." All right, onward. And yeah, thus the party sets off from the ducal estate into
That's
town.
the party, and it's a fucking Mordenthal. The hell? Cat, can you please get off me?
Yeah, when you just looked at the map, it was centered on Mordenfall, and I was like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah, as soon as you step out the door, you just get teleported into dwarven halls. It's great. It's
I
just-
mean, that is cool. It's a different kind of outing. It's like we're all like, oh, we're going to go to the temple and we're going to get milk and cookies. It's going to be nice. When we step outside and you just hear the dwarven drinking Ouroboros passing down the street.
I mean, there are plenty of dwarves
Well-
in Pergolith. That can happen here too.
I guess. But it's like, normal o'clock in the morning when they're all going to bed or waking up and drinking away their hangovers.
The dwarven
Well,
Ouroboros
here's the
doesn't
thing.
stop. What are you
Yeah,
talking?
Yeah, that's fair.
People
Well,
just
swear
fall
again.
off the
So,
end and no one's
actually,
joining.
you know
them.
what? Oh, there it is.
Ursula would be like, no problem. Be like, oh, this is nice.
Hedrah, I have a question. Does your mace is like semi-intelligent?
My
Is it?
what?
The
Mace.
mace.
Ah.
Is it intelligent?
I have never heard it talk. It never answered me when I spoke to it. So
Oh, okay.
But it impacted your dreams directly and seemed to have desires, right?
well,
You've never
there
gotten a
one
name
where-
out of it, right?
Actually, I got a name
A name?
because of it.
What was it?
Yeah. And this is Hedrah with being very shit with names. Okay.
Oh,
And the cat,
yeah.
I will.
Are you talking about Sankara?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Song there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was it.
That's one.
Never mind. For some reason I thought something else. It's been bothering me for a while. Okay. Never mind. Just be going crazy.
So, no. Wait, there's still a secret left on the item? That's cool to know.
Oh, let me tell you about weapons with secrets. Jeez, my God.
I know, I've been remembering yours.
Just one secret. Oh wait, no, I guess technically two. There still is as many. Ugh.
So yeah, it sounds like the first stop is the Temple of Mithras. So,
I wonder if there's a way to get like a hint as to what these secrets are. Maybe I can find like a diviner, some kind of like divination
There
specialist.
is one that can actually do it, and that would be Cass's teacher.
I don't think Frida had a special ability to like divine.
Legend lore.
I don't think Legend Lore does that, because secrets aren't actually a mechanic in 5e.
Is Legend
Unless I was
Lore a
also like,
a
oh, by the
spell
way,
or
yeah, that's a special feature of
Legend lore was always you have a chance. You've always got a chance of just like pulling that knowledge out of the hat.
Let's see. The spell brings you mind summary of Sanguine lore about the theme and the more information you have about the
It's
thing,
an
the more
expensive
precise and
ass spell.
detailed. Wow, that is extremely expensive, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, at
Yeah.
the same time, it could be the difference between learning the secret of a magical artifact or a cursed item.
450 gold. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, only 250 is consumed, but yeah.
Oh, but you also need.
You keep the
4.
ivory strips, but they are expensive, but you do get to keep them after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... So yeah, as you see, it's an
So-
expensive ass spell, but it's hella powerful.
Yeah, I think that would definitely tell you, like, how to unlock the
Damn it.
secrets.
That's it is an
Yeah.
expensive spell because all magic is still
It
in GP
is.
cost in this setting, right?
No, components for spells are in SP still.
Oh, we can afford that,
That is better.
and we can we're
Yes.
next to Libram fucking Hall,
Yeah,
and
but I don't
we're
think
also about to walk into a divine temple, which I believe this is a divine spell.
So I'm gonna ask Cass, where
Yeah,
is your
bards,
college?
clerics, and wizards.
Where is your college?
Wherever Lady Frida is. She doesn't really stick around in one place very often. I just
Oh.
followed her around for, like, 3 years.
So she's like a nomad? She just wanders from
Nomad's
city
a
to city or
little
something?
Base for it. She's a traveling minstrel. And her
Oh.
school goes with her.
Oh.
Maybe she'll show up in Avara someday.
I can't pull any random jokes out of the hat on this one. Something tiny huts across the world. I like to imagine like an epic tier bard is the one that travels the world, but their summon, their like place of living is a tavern. Like imagine a traveling bard who, whenever they settle down for the evening, drops a tavern there, and it's a wandering tavern that tells tales and stories.
Oh, I saw an anime where they had like a traveling tavern on like the back of a turtle or some shit. So was it
Yeah,
the Seven
like
Deadly
that seems like a
Sins?
really nice epic, like retired epic bard thing to do, is be the wandering
What?
tavern that appears in legends.
But yes, that's the Magnificent Mansion, isn't it? I love that spell.
Modern Kainen's Magnificent Mansion. Unfortunately, bards never get access to it, so I'd love there to be a bard spell that's just like the walking tavern or something.
I mean, they
She
get
actually
like the
can
level
access
10
it because she's
arcane
in the
secret.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like a thing Frida would arcane secret, yeah.
Mhm.
She
Makes
did love
sense.
that tiny hut, so an upgrade would make sense.
Yeah, a wandering magical tavern where songs and music and friendship is always gathered where she stops for the night. And
That's
everyone inside
definitely
is
a
kept
Frida
in
thing.
perfect sanctuary and safety, no less.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Frida
very
wholesome.
Frida.
Frida was a fucking sweetheart.
She's the best of us. So yeah, I guess once you get that going, Cass will just be like telling you stories about his scholarship, following Frida around, spending every night huddled up in the tiny hut with a handful of other students.
Is it really a scholarship if you just follow a person around all day?
Well, technically the word is apostle, but Frida got kind of mad at us for using that word, so
Apostle.
yeah, we're just apprentices.
I guess there's somewhat. It would be weird to follow the religion of a wandering bard.
I don't know, that sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be groupie.
You heard groupies.
Professional groupies.
Really, Cass? Were you like her little harem groupie thing?
I don't think Frida's even capable of that kind of thought.
What? There's no one that pure in the world.
I mean,
It's
asexual
surrounded by
people do
bards, no
exist.
less.
Bards do
I
have a certain
have
stigma
to-
to them.
Yeah, I will have to be along the agree with Naya here. That seems weird or off.
I'm
Are you sure you're
certainly
telling us true?
skeptic.
I was a skeptic too, but 3 years and I don't think she even, went and had some personal time.
Not even a finger?
I don't think so.
Damn,
Crazy.
that is a one in a ever bard right there.
That's a chaste bard.
Duh. I mean, the rest of you are all sluts.
Hey!
Come on now.
Wait.
I'm not a slut!
Did you have like one of those chastity belts that, like some I heard?
Yeah,
some
was she just
priestesses
into
have?
it?
Look, I don't know. I didn't get to lift her skirts. Not for lack of trying either, because she's cute as hell.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is like the cutest little fawn girl you've ever seen. But no, nobody could get her to do more than blush.
Aww.
Oh, not even a kiss?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
She said her
Damn.
first kiss was stolen from her, and that's all she'd ever say about it when anyone would ask her.
Just gonna go pour myself another drink. It's cool.
Jesus fuck! I took my headset off for a second and then heard loud coughing in the
I
feedback.
think
What
I
did
made
miss?
Sky do a spit take.
Jesus fuck! What words did I miss?
Don't worry about it.
right.
Also, Szooth, Hashat, Naya, you guys can have inspiration.
Ooh.
Yay.
Well,
Good work.
I already have inspiration, so I'm passing it to some.
Yeah,
I don't
this,
have
yeah.
it.
It was a joke about how I stole Frida's only kiss back in the Sav&D 3.5 times.
How
Ah,
do you even do that? I don't know.
also, I
remember.
also already have
It
inspiration
was
as well.
during the burning building when she was coughing there, and
Oh,
you
that's
had the healing
right.
potion in your mouth, and then just forced this down Frida's
That's
throat.
right. I was holding an emergency potion literally in my mouth because I thought I'd get injured, but Frida went down, so I mouthed it to her, and there was certainly some measure of tongue. You know, making sure she got the potion. But Frida made sure that Kresha knew that she totally stole her first kiss.
Oh.
It's still written in Frida's little black book.
Yep. I'm gonna go pour myself another beverage. I'll be right back.
So yeah, the Temple of Mithras then.
Yeah.
It's once again this like huge black Gothic cathedral that takes up an inordinate amount of the center of town. It used to be the tallest building in Pergolith until the airship dock on the edge of town got built up. Got this massive like dual clock towers.
Wait.
Hmm.
What weather is it?
That's a good question. Let's roll some dice to find out.
So we know if we have to wear an umbrella.
Let's see. So it is not raining, and it is mildly windy.
Is it
So
overcast?
It's a nice kind of breezy day.
No, it's not overcast. The big thunderstorm from last night has passed you on by.
Oh yeah, there was a thunderstorm.
Yeah, there was a big
Yeah.
thunderstorm last night.
I was
So
hoping it could
imagine
be
the
overcast.
aesthetic of like this huge thunderstorm, and then like a peal of lightning strikes through the window of the estate as Hashat is just like looming over Cass with one hand like wrapped around his neck. Like it could totally have been like out of a murder thriller if we didn't know the context of it.
Yeah, I was just hoping it was overcast so Szooth could see
Haha, no, fuck
the
you,
fucking
Szooth.
airships.
Besides, the airships are like
I
so
have-
far outside of town that I think the walls probably obscure them from where you guys are standing.
You know what? I have a actual genuine question.
Oh boy.
Given it's been a long ass time since the reunion of the Elven Kingdom and Pergolith and the cat folks, has there been any fucking development to provide with sunshades?
Nope.
Nope, I continue to suffer.
So no. Yeah, so I was thinking like, wait, the dwarves are fucking sun sensitive. Why don't they just make sunglasses?
They just stay in their hole in the ground. Unless you're
Stay
some
in
sort
their-
of
Yeah, but the ones that's
psychopath
up
like
and running.
Cassinora who just, unveils herself to the wrath of the sun in full glory. Just sunburns every morning.
She's so weird.
Get roasted.
Kobolds
Get
just stay in
roasted
their
by
hole.
the sun.
The kobolds just stay in their hole. Szooth the Sunwalker is only a worthy title because Szooth is a weirdo for walking out and about.
Exactly.
Then, I have a question for you. Would it be possible to go down and ask if it's possible to make?
I mean, sure, you can ask.
Then I will ask Cassidy if there are any stained a glass blower that specializes in darkening glass and what's it called coloring glass like that.
My hobby growing up as a kid was model ships. I don't know anything about glass.
Surely the concept
do
of
you know
sunshades isn't completely alien to everyone.
Yes, but darkening glass and staining, that was what, staining glass.
Yeah, stained glass
Like,
totally exists
do
in
you
the
ha-
setting. Like you're standing underneath this huge Gothic cathedral with like these massive panes of stained glass depicting like the goddess Mithras raising people up from the sick and the injured and the diseased.
Yes, that's literally what inspired me to actually ask the question.
Yeah, and Cass like, I don't fucking know.
Then, okay. So you don't know where the stick is, so we have to ask inside here as well?
I guess. I don't know. Why do you want glass?
Well, because the sun isn't as bright if you look through them, and
Yeah, but you
Most
can't
of the
see
hand
anything
dwarfs.
through them. Like, all you can see is the sun. Come on inside, I'll show you.
not
It's beautiful, but you definitely
Yeah.
don't see much of anything through it.
well. Then that depends on what type of sight you have, because I was thinking of So,
I mean, I don't, I don't know. Ursula, I
Yes.
don't know anything about class.
okay. Just been and ask where they get their stuff from.
Well, I can take you
I
to meet a
suppose we can
priestess.
ask.
Sure,
So yeah,
we're
like-
all going in here anyway.
Yeah, so you go up the temple steps, and outside there are like a bunch of sacred courtesans just sprawled out enjoying the sun, calling out to passers-by and shaking their hips and chests.
Do
Not
they
at all good
always-
sun.
That
they
brings
always-
back memories. I do love a good sunbathe.
Do they always do that?
Well, not like always. Sometimes it's winter and it gets cold as shit.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
they mostly stay inside then, but yeah, the Temple of Mithras in Pergolith is the largest in the whole country, and as such has the most sacred courtesans.
No. In our case, it
So-
was, instead it would be once a week the sacred courtesans would sit out in the sun. Usually they pick a very nice day for it.
This is very interesting to me.
Were you
So,
a sacred courtesan?
Was I ever one? No, but I would still sunbathe with the girls. I was a student for much of it, and as you can see, I went more into the lines of paladin than cleric.
So they're a whole separate branch of the clergy? I figured you'd be getting the acolytes to do that.
Well, no. The reality is, being a sacred courtesan is generally reserved for those of the higher, I guess, tiers of divine knowledge and skill and talent. Of course, acolytes certainly indulge, but the sacred courtesans generally represent the capabilities of one of Mithras, those ready to bear child or help others bear child.
Do the sacred courtesans do anything to stop that, or is that just a thing that they always are okay with?
That sounds
I
like
mean-
heresy.
Well, no,
Is
that's hardly fair to say. There are many who are, they're willing to indulge in the pleasures of the flesh and help those find wholesome and, comfort in the arms of another, but maybe they do not want to have children. That is fine, but those of the sacred position, those out here in the sun, waiting to bring life and love to the world, no, they do not tend to indulge in birth control. But some acolytes, certainly.
That sounds very risky.
Well, no. There are plenty of divine orphans, but they aren't orphans, they're, happy members of the family and society. I would imagine that a great number of Pergolith's people have a family here at Mithras Temple, that otherwise, would expect of, homeless war orphans otherwise.
Wow.
There are lots of people who can generally consider Mithras to be their family because, well, otherwise the family line might die out otherwise. Those kinds of people are very popular as far as sacred courtesans are concerned. No one wants their name to end.
So yeah, Cass will just pick up from there and say, yeah, there's, I think, over 100 acolytes in the temple right now. It varies year to year. But at least they say that they're all, ready to give the goddess's love for a price. Or a donation.
No, it depends. But, for the most part, acolytes tend to practice birth control, if only so they can continue their education without the disruptions of childbirth. But sacred courtesans, like out here on the steppes, they are waiting to be with child and bring more life and love into the world.
I see. That's
Well, it only makes sense. Mithras' cult, but and still relatively new to me.
I suppose, did Hobgoblins ever experience, like, population control, perhaps?
I'm just going to, breeding pits, not here.
Right.
Does a
right.
race that has breeding pits sound like one that ever
No.
has population control?
Fair enough. I believe sacred courtesans really came into their own when Mithras awoke and walked the world. And back then, a lot of people were, well, dead. The fact that there are so many catfolk still today is because the love and light of Mithras was there to help.
You'll have to excuse my silence. I've been taking notes of this conversation. The idea of courtesans and whores is such a fascinating one to me.
I suppose your own race, like your men or your women, they swap as needed to keep their clutches going, yes?
Of course. When all kobolds are a family, there need no be such worries over who has sex with who.
So, hey, Cass, have you ever, indulged yourself?
I shipped up north to study with Frida right when I was, coming of age, so...
So you missed out on all of that?
Missed out's a strong word. I just...
Everyone is just looking at Cassidy right now. It's like, boom.
I have never been here, for services, no.
Well, I feel like you've missed out. I should make a donation for you on your behalf.
That's also the other fascinating aspect. The fact that you all chase sex as a means of pleasure as well. For recreation.
I think that's because it is a great deal of fun.
Gianna gives Hashat a dirty look and says, "Please stop corrupting Cass. He's a good boy."
Hold on real quick. Szooth,
Yes.
do kobolds not enjoy sex?
Well, I don't think I would know, to be honest.
Szooth, you are coming with me, and we are making a donation for you.
Yeah.
I don't care what any of you say about not corrupting him. The lad needs it.
It is a scholarly pursuit, of course. I understand.
I guess I'm always up for scholarly pursuits.
Although, didn't you get penetrated by a dryad recently? Was that not fun?
Penetrated by the triad? Heavens no, it was quite the opposite. I was exploited to spelunk in her cabin, so to speak.
Okay, fair. Fair enough.
She seemed delighted by the act, and it seemed only fair recompense. So, of course, I enjoyed myself, as I would enjoy giving a friend a hug, or giving a particularly good gift.
I'm gonna add an extra ton of gold to Tarnavak's pun. Make sure you find him really good scholarly pursuits.
I'll put
Yeah,
gold in
that's
it.
just 5 gold.
Rod,
Cass,
just
put some
gold.
gold in your
Reaching
hand.
in here.
I'm confused. I did not think everyone would show such enthusiasm in this scholarly pursuit.
No, we insist. You definitely need to have your worldviews
Yeah.
expanded.
Everyone is just pouring like 5 fucking gold to this guy. It's like, get him something really primal.
Yeah, I'm literally taking a gold off.
I
Maybe
suppose
get
if you
two.
say so.
Elra's gonna
Yeah.
lean
So
down
it-
and ask Naya, "Why are you all paying the Hobgoblin?"
Our companion Szooth here has never yet properly indulged in pleasurable experiences of the flesh. And considering
so this is
we're
a
at the
brothel.
religiously, it's a long conversation, and I'd be happy to enlighten you. But yes, there's definitely very brothel-like aspects. Love, life, home, and hearth, such as it were. And there are definitely the, blessed courtesans. We're making sure Szooth pays a hefty donation and receives in kind.
I see. Interesting.
Would you like to join in? I can assure you that they give the finest of brushes.
I wouldn't mind some oiled up acolyte giving me a brush down, no, but I can hardly take advantage of your kindness any further. Holy shit, 5 GP from Ursula.
Yeah. like I said, I'd palm me fucking 5 gold and be like, get
You
us some
know,
prime
Mother
stuff.
Superior could suck the nut right out of you.
Yeah, Szooth is going to be taken to the High Priestess.
Oh, don't worry about that, Elra. I will be certain to join you. I have not had my scales delightfully polished down in a little while.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll oh, you know, wait, I want to see what this church is like before I start throwing money around for us. This is my first time being in the home of Mithras.
Yeah, so you
The actual
guys
fucking home of Mithras.
walk through the, 6 sets of double doors at the top of the stairs leading into this big black Gothic cathedral, and inside, the stained glasses letting through huge rays of colorful sunlight, making the sanctuary feel like it's a rainbow as the lights cascade over big piles of pillows nestled up against the walls, and incense hangs heavily in the air. Young priestess will swagger over as you guys enter and smile and ask for your business.
Oh, so many businesses all at once. But most prevalently, I'll look towards Tarnavak and Szooth.
Tarnavak just pushes Szooth forward in both hands like a puppy.
It's, well, you see, lady, our friend here is, we've recently discovered he's most inexperienced in certain worldly matters, and we would hope for a suitable donation. And as I say that, I will offer her a platinum and 10 gold. You could ensure that he is properly initiated.
He goes eyes wide as you hand her that amount of money. Yes, I hope your friend has a strong heart.
I have a
He has
Kobold's
the
heart.
biggest heart out of any man, woman, or beastkin that I have ever known.
Ah, such compliments.
Alright, yeah, she's just gonna, pick Szooth up and tuck him under an arm. It's put
Hello?
the face in the titty and say, I'll be right back.
Hello there, my name is Szooth. I'm very excited to be under your tutelage.
Actually, you're under my tutelage. And she will
Ah.
walk off with him.
Be
Nice.
strong, Zoo.
Wait, I
Have an open mind.
I have not collected my parchment and pins. How am I supposed to take notes?
You'll remember this one forever.
You'll
Are
need
you
your
sure?
hands free.
Bah.
I suppose. I'll see you when I see you.
Goodbye.
I salute.
Press F to pay respect. Shit.
Excellent.
Please tell me chat is also.
Oh, I
Yep,
should
there
certainly
they
hope
come.
so. There
Yes.
Yes.
they go. Make sure
Man,
put
you know
in
what?
your.
What?
You know, that's how that go.
Well, Szooth is gone for however long he's gone.
Yep.
You know, it would be hilarious that just take into a room afterwards, and some time passes, and suddenly we see the door get just blasted up.
Holy
fucking hinges
shit!
repaired.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
really shitty
sweet.
on the
There's a
on
poor-
the D20 roll.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's a
matter.
load
Yeah,
D20, but all their bonus dice is smoking.
Mother of God.
See, there's a certain way I want this to go down, though.
it would have been awesome if you rolled a 20 as well.
Yeah, that would have been pretty. Then we'd been up in the 40s, but
40s? No, it'd be in the 50s.
She caps out at 46, Hedrah.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh, 15 more. Yeah, you're right.
36. Yeah,
Yeah,
46.
that's nice.
But also hot damn.
Hot damn.
Yeah. I'm just imagining the fucking doors get glass of the hinges buried into the fucking stonework across the side, and it's just jet stream of nut. Just blast the fucking priestess into the wall.
Just a scaly prune waddles
It's
out
like that
half an hour
scene of
later.
a scary
Half
movie.
an hour later, right? You'll see Szooth tomorrow.
Ah, poor guy. I'll miss him.
Like the dragon nut.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So yeah, Szooth, would you like to make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh boy. I feel like I should spin my. I'm gonna spin my inspiration on
Yeah.
this.
There you go.
For the holy nut.
Oh!
Oh, you are getting devastated.
The inspiration, no. No, the saddest.
The
You are
Kobold
gonna be
raise.
You are going to be returned to us as a scaly prune.
Yeah, they'll sometime the next night, like a little a palanquin will come and just deposit Szooth at the Duke's residence, and he's just a tiny little white prune.
I still have healing potions.
There's
I
no
still have
healing this. This is just like 5 ranks of exhaustion and just
Oh, God.
When I
devastated.
get that feeling.
Wait, I can use Mage Hand Ledger Hand just to take the potion. I could use Mage Hand Ledger Hand to float me a potion.
The potions don't help.
The potion aren't enough. Although, you could roll.
What you
could
need
roll
is
sneak
water.
attack for
A
a
lot of
critical
water.
hit.
I do suggest drinking a lot of water.
Wait, if I roll an investigation check, can I find the clip?
No, you are shown in
G-spot.
intimate detail repeatedly at point blank range.
I love that idea. The investigation checks to find the G spot. That's how a nerd gets laid in the setting.
So yeah,
Shit.
Szooth, just record somewhere on your character sheet that you have a D10 inspiration die that you can spend on any roll at any time.
Fair enough.
Just have that in your back pocket for the rest of the time.
Nice.
Sick. Gonna cash in that Mithras bonus.
Emphasis on
Boner,
bone.
sorry.
Bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is it in general inside this great Mithrin temple?
Well, like I said, there's like just pillows everywhere, a heavy cloud of incense. There are acolytes and priestesses lounging around all over the place, communing with the townsfolk. There is like this huge wall-sized organ, not of the male kind, but rather the instrument kind, that reaches up to the rafters that somebody is playing softly on, although even a soft play is nearly deafening if you stand nearby, and throughout the rest of the temple it remains a soft and almost hypnotic melody. It feels almost dreamlike being in here.
It is absolutely beautiful in here. My own church was perhaps a third of the size of this in just chapel basis, let alone the living spaces associated.
It is very impressive.
So as you were saying, it's very impressive. A rotund cat boy with a little goatee will stride up to you and he'll say, "Ah, yes, Captain Gianna, you're here. And this must be our new patient." He will go over and give a deep bow directly to Snack and take one of her hands while she's kind of staring confusedly at him. "I am Dr. Raymond. I will be taking good care of your friend here. Don't worry about a thing."
She can't speak common. She doesn't speak
I know.
Arunan.
I'm talking to you. And he's still like maintaining eye contact and keeping up this like very soothing paternal tone. Yes, let's see. Ogres, was it? Or yes,
Yeah.
ogres. You can tell by the whip scars here. He'll kind of point his nose towards one of the larger scars running down her collarbone. Ah, poor thing, poor thing. Worry not. The hearth of the mothers shall embrace this one.
Well, you are as good as they said, aren't you?
He will turn like halfway towards you and smile faintly. Someone has to be, for her sake. Has she bonded to one of you, taken you as her new master?
Me. I did. In order to help, calm her.
Hmm.
To stop me getting
Understandable.
assaulted by a salt golem.
Don't feel bad about it. It's almost necessary. Pray, would you ask her to accompany me?
If you don't mind, I'd like to go with you as well.
You can, of course, examine our facility. It's just behind the temple here, but this is a process that can sometimes take months.
I heard, yes.
It's no divine snap of the fingers, I'm afraid.
All right, well, I'll go
Unless
with.
you have.
I'll
Unless you have a
go.
wish.
I'll go with him and bring.
Of course, he will like bow to you and just kind of sweep his arms like you can lead her along. He'll walk behind you, telling you like which halls and doors to take, and letting it feel like you're definitely the one in charge.
Come on, Shale.
Shale's her name. Pretty,
Yeah,
like stone.
I feel like Snack isn't a very good.
Awful, awful. Dreadful things, those slavers. They're getting more
Yeah.
prominent these last few years.
Yeah, I heard you guys having some problems.
The knights do their best, but I'm afraid even the lion knights' great eagles have difficulty penetrating the highest peaks and caves. But luckily, it is a rare thing to see new people taken as slaves, at least not from the villages. In fact, I would almost guarantee this one here, our lovely Shale, was born a slave.
Certainly seems like it.
The lack of common mastery, I doubt she even speaks Orcish.
She seems to only be able to speak giant.
That would do it, yes. Damnable. So yeah, he's gonna lead you off. We'll take Hashat and Shale and leave, I guess, the rest of the party, 3 PCs, Cass and Gianna, just kind of lingering around in the foyer. After a while, Gianna will say, "So,
Don't wait
waiting
up for me. I'm going to be here for a while."
I guess we're not waiting then."
Well, I would like to escort my lovely companion here to the holy baths.
Well, my job here is done. See you, Cass. Wait, Gianna, you said you'd go to the milk bar. He'll grab her hand. Come on, don't be a spoil sport.
How about a time where we can all meet there together? So that we can spend our evening in comforts after having attended our various bits and pieces. Little catch up and share our days.
Sure. Maybe at noon? It's pretty early in the day already.
Well, I'm not gonna be here for long. Just gonna ask about the stained glass, and then we can move on. There's still a lot of town to see. Yes.
Nun sounds good, yeah.
Uh,
Da even. Yeah, is German.
How about you, Tarnavak? You gonna wet the wick here, or you wanna see the sights more?
No, it's I think I'd like to look around more. I've read a great deal about Pergolith, but well, heartland of the Catfolk Rebellion. I mean,
Rebellion? We're the last holdout against the Empire's conquest. Never conquered.
that's the point. Someone ought to correct the history books.
Wait, in which context here? Because I suspect if you start
No,
trying
you
to
can take
change
that in
history,
there's two ways you
there
can
are
take.
two definitely different ways to read that, and one of them gets you kicked out of town.
Yeah, John is just
Oh,
squinting at you, like, oh, really?
I meant publishing a paper about it, establishing the different views towards the what you call the war of reconquest between the imperial castes and the free folk of this nation. These nations, really. That was something that always surprised me. When Queen Skeza liberated them, she was willing to let some go. Very
It's
noble of
understandable
her.
that it's right from Tarnavak's perspective. If you're a hobgoblin, and then you see this happen, which is completely different from what you were taught, and they say oh, they are rebelling, but from a catfolk, they will say no, we are fighting for our own freedom. See, it's on a scale. One information, other information. It depends on which side of the scale you stand on. Right?
That makes sense to me. But, yeah, hey, speaking of the war, do you guys want to go see the Lion Hold? They have the great eagles there.
Oh, yeah. She makes how much, how big are we talking about?
Like, way bigger than a horse. The Lion Knights ride them into battle.
Why would you make an eagle that big?
So you can ride it, duh.
Wait, they fly?
Yeah, they fly. And then they
Aerial.
swoop down on people and crunch them in their talons and peck them to death.
Man, soaring above the clouds has got to be pretty neat.
Was an important development during the wars.
I suppose so.
Somebody had to counter the Imperial Wyvern Knights.
Tell you what we need now. Shark Knights. That'd be pretty cool.
Boulay Knights, actually. Get the riders a special harness so when the Boulay is burrowing, they're dragged behind rather than on top of it.
That still sounds like, one unlucky abrasive pull and, your face gets smashed in by a rock harder than a Boulay.
Sounds incredibly dangerous.
super dangerous.
Oh,
Could get a
so
water
is
boulet.
flying on the Wyvern.
Well, yeah, fair
Water
point.
balloon is just a shard.
It's a
I'm not even.
yeah. I've heard they say it's a long way down.
That is true.
Oh, yeah, tonight we should all go up on one of the airships. The Lion Fang is here, the most decorated ship in the fleet.
That does sound nice. Do they be placed for eating and drinking, or is it sort of...
It's been
Well,
mostly
hey.
decommissioned now, so they're turning it into a museum.
Then they have like a little cafe up top?
Uh-huh.
What's the
Really?
matter, Ursula? Are you not entirely comfortable with the heights?
Looks at herself and looks up at the like massive ass fucking airship tower in the distance. Like, remember when I said it's a long way down? It's very long. It takes longer if you're smaller.
Is Ursula to heights as her shot is to water?
Like, I like the ground very much.
I see.
It's perfectly
Yeah,
safe.
I-
I've been on there
I
like
will-
10 times.
Yes, and Lion Knights fly giant eagle around into combat, but they can still get knocked off the eagle
Well, yeah,
and
but
plummet to the depths.
like there's railings and stuff. Someone have to be trying to push you to like fall off.
I will follow and I will give it a try. I will still not like the heights.
Yay!
If you hate it when we are up there, we can certainly go back down. Don't worry. We're not going to
No,
force
I
you to be
can-
uncomfortable.
I can go down myself via stairs. Not the fast way down.
So you
Of course.
don't want to try rappelling. Okay.
When you get to try
No.
repelling from the lion thing?
Yeah.
No.
The most famous
No,
operation it was
no.
ever on was the invasion of the imperial capital. Well,
Man,
I
that
mean
has
the
got to be
second
riveting.
capital when after quote unquote Gastagoth fell.
Right.
The empire established a new one way far north. There was this huge tower way up at the top where the imperial commander had his like war council, and they had a bunch of hostages. So in the middle of the night, the Lion Fang swoops up there with a whole team full of commandos, led by Queen Skeza herself, and they rappelled straight onto the top of the tower and kicked in the windows, took them all out in the blink of an eye.
Man, that sounds real fun.
Yeah.
I will describe the repelling from a giant floating ship to Elra as well. She wants to give it a go.
She says that sounds retarded, but she's in.
Dope. I've considered you're immune to standard physical harm, but is falling dangerous to you?
Yes it is.
All right, we'll keep that in
I
mind.
tend to survive falls quite well up until I don't. I've seen
Right.
other erstwhile immortals try that. When I was very young, I saw a mage who had given himself a stone skin spell jump from the top of the tower. He made a rather pretty crater.
I suppose you're not immune to your own bones going through your knees.
No, I am not.
Noted. But still, it sounds like it's really cool to take a hot rope down from that amazing height. The wicked speeds and, not die.
You hear. Ursula doesn't move her lips. You can hear like this bear whimpering from inside her chest.
Oh. She's so spooked. Just like Hashat's quiet, panicked mooing at the water.
Yes.
I need to put something on that's food.
Yeah,
I've become
yeah.
hungry. So well, people are looking
Ursula
around.
would just leave this conversation and go try to find someone who has any knowledge about this fucking stained glass, where they got it from, or who made it in the city. Something like that doesn't involve massive heights.
Yeah, I'm gonna go score a super duper fancy bath with a couple of attendants. Make sure that there's some nice shampooing and conditioning and massaging, all that good stuff. How much did that run us in gold?
Probably like 3.
Okay, yeah, I'll hand over 3 gold and get us a lovely bathing experience and some attendants.
It should be a quick questioning then, Savin.
Mm-hmm.
Asking around the temple there for
Yeah, you can
stained
get
glass.
like another attendant who can like tell you more of the history of the place, and then you're like, no, I actually want to know about the glass. Just like, oh. And then like there's some scrambling behind the scenes before a like basically the equivalent of a repair guy will come out and be willing to talk to you about the glass, because like it's his responsibility to get it fixed when it breaks.
Yeah. Ask if who makes the glass and where they're located nearby or anything like that.
Yeah, he can tell you that, no problem. All of the glass here was put together and crafted in Illyria, the city of roses, far to the north. It was then teleported here, intact, and then set up in the windows.
Ah. That's some dedicated work.
He'll nod and say that it originally was several hundred years ago, but even now, if particularly brutal storm comes through, or God forbid some vandalism happens once in a while, he'll grumble. And new pieces still have to be ordered from Illyria, for that is where you will find the greatest glass workers in the world.
Very well, just thank you for your time, and I commend him for his work, and hope he has a pleasant day.
Alright, yeah, he'll give you a nod, and then like he'll come away from that kind of smiling to himself like, yeah, somebody was interested in my work. Awesome.
Now, Tarnavak, Cassidy, and fucking, so I forgot that, not just Bina, I fucking, not
Captain
Giuseppe.
Gianna?
Gianna, I keep
Yes,
forgetting.
Gianna
I'm so bad
Reeve.
with that name. Yes, and Captain John. We have more of the city to see, and I know Tarnavak is very interested in books, information, scholarly pursuits here.
Well, then he'd want to go to Libram Hall. Biggest library in this part of the world. Also biggest collection of nerds.
Well, one's pursuits of everyone has their own pursuit. Their value is individual, so they could think you're like a nerd for what you do. They nerd for what they do.
That's not how nerd works, but alright.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, do you want to go see the wizards, or did you want to go see the Lionhold? I'm going to the Lionhold, personally, but...
I would like to see both, but if you're heading there, then let's walk together.
Company's nice, and the weather's rather nice too.
Sure. So, as she, adjusts her sword belt and like fills her pipe again. Gianna will ask, sort of aloud to the air. So what do you think the odds are that your large horsey friend is going to try and steal that slave? Seem kind of attached to me. No takers?
You say steal.
Yeah?
Why?
It would at this point be stealing. She has officially been handed over into the Gothian medical care. Hashat's a lot of things, but she's, well, she understands when someone's hurt and needs to be fixed.
Well,
She'll
that's good
definitely
to hear.
want to come back and try to get in Shale's pants once this is all done, but
Adventures.
I don't think she'll force herself on her.
Oh, good. That's something at least. So, are all of you that horny, or is it just those three?
Mostly just Hashat. Honestly, this is new ground for Naya.
I would not say that,
That's a
the
blatant
wrong...
lie.
No, it just, first I say, I wouldn't say that much, the wrong green-skinned one.
I mean, true, they've been at it, but they've known each other for years, haven't they? They seem to have a lot of chemistry and a lot of history.
They're such a cute couple.
Yes. I don't trust her.
Why? She seems so nice.
She's the wrong green, okay?
That's hella
Like, she's not-
racist.
No, you wouldn't understand.
I understand
It's-
distrusting people based on their color is racist, yes.
It's, okay. It's, here, like, you have two greens. You have two types of grass. One is green, the other is also green. But the one of the green, the one, let's say that you have it on your right hand and left hand. Both are greens, but the one on your right hand is poisonous. So it's the wrong shade of green.
Uh-huh. Well, what if I have two brown mushrooms, and one of them's poisonous and one of them's not? And the one that's poisonous
then
is the
one
same
is the
color
wrong-
as your hair. And then I say you're poisonous. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make sense because I'm not the mushroom.
Well, Anaya's not a blade of grass either.
No, she's a salamander, but she's the wrong type of green. That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't
But
make any
his
sense.
example is then you'd be the wrong type of brown, which feels fucking awful to say, but
Well, yeah,
So
if I
got it.
was not if I wasn't the person that I said that I was, then yes, I would be the wrong shade of brown.
I'm so glad I participated
Oh,
in the
you-
conversation.
so you think she? Oh, I sort of get what you mean now. It's not
Yeah,
about
I'm like I
her
said.
physical color. It's about she is a different person to how she presents herself. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I mean. She's grass, but she's the wrong type of grass. See, so I'm not you. I'm not you. Okay, I'm just saying I'm not
Like,
smart. Okay,
Like, she's really Nettles, but she presents herself like, Mint, right?
yes.
I
See?
don't know if those are grasses, but I mean, I know they're green.
Oh no, those are bushes. They're type of weeds, the same type. But it's they look the same, almost the same color. But one will sting you, one will be mint.
How do you know she's like that, though? You've barely ever met her.
I have.
You
I met
talked
her
to
at the
like
store.
once.
It's because she thought it was fun to make Naya uncomfortable.
Hashat does that to me all the time.
What do I do?
Make Cass feel uncomfortable because it's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah.
Says the
Yes.
disembodied voice of a shot.
Way off in the distance there. Yes, but Naya also said that there was something that you didn't trust about, like her family, and they broke up. Remember, she talked about it.
Well, yeah, I remember that.
So that just, yeah. When I met her, she was like. That's why I was trying to like be in front of Naya because I did like somebody just made my friend uncomfortable, and then she talks. And Naya told later that the whole family thing there happened, so I don't trust her.
You say that and you're right, but at the same time, Nahia has behaved like she trusts her.
Yeah,
Mm.
but that's how Naya think. It's how Naya think. I think how I think.
Well, yeah, but
And
I think how
that
you think is
there's
kind of rude.
something. Well, I was gonna say sorry, but I'm not really sorry. It's just
You can't
feels.
apologize for your instincts. If you start doing
That
that
is the-
in our line of work, we'll all be killed.
Yes, that was the word I was trying to think of. Like, what was the word I was looking for? Instinct.
Your gut says she's not what she says she is. Your gut says something's
It's just
wrong.
me, okay? It's just you can like her and do all you want with her. I'm gonna until she proves otherwise.
Oh. Just do me a favour, alright, Ursula? If she does, in good faith, give her a chance and listen to her.
Yeah, I will if she does. Like I said, until then.
A lot of the time when people say that, honestly, it being you, I don't think you would be so duplicitous.
So
so
do what?
lying.
Ah.
But a lot of the time when people say that, they've already decided that what someone does do to honestly try to prove themselves decent, that's just a deception. They're trying to get into their trust, and they never accept it, no matter how heartfelt and earnest it might be.
Okay. I don't understand that, so
Lots of people are cunts. And what's worse, lots of them are narrow-minded cunts who, as soon as they've made up their opinion, never want to change it. Alright? That make more...
Okay. Yeah. I have some things that I question myself if I'm no different than them, but I try to listen because I know I have a lot of things to learn.
Everyone has things to learn. And you are different from them because you accept that you have them to learn and you're looking out to learn them. Even if it's not the same way that Szooth and I go about learning things. Still learning. And that makes you better than all of the cunts. All of them put together, they are worth less than your left pinky.
Just looks at her hand. Expensive finger.
You're a valuable person.
But I'll take your word for it. You're better at math than I am. So, now that we gotten that out of the way, we can go have a look at the lion.
Yeah, so you've been standing in front of it for like 5 minutes, and Gianna's just like leaning up against the post of the gate, just kind of grinning at you guys, and says,
Oh,
you know,
just
my mom
keeping
always told
conversation.
me adventurers were kind of brainless and impulsive, but that's some interesting wisdom you've got there, Tarnavak.
That's because we're mercenaries.
Oh, thank you. I've tried to do my best with what I've got.
Well, consider me impressed. So, who wants to pet giant eagles?
Real quick. Do they bite?
Oh yeah.
They got a beak, yeah.
Take your whole arm off.
The falconry gloves,
You're
we
not
have
there.
to use our plate. Come on, I'll show you. And yeah, the three of you guys go into the big keep on the north side of town, and there's this huge open air area that's been built up on top of it that you have to ascend some exterior stairs to get to, and you've barely gotten like halfway up before you hear the just intense screeching and cawing of the huge warbirds up in there.
It instantly takes a lowered position. Like,
A couple of lion knights standing guard outside will just kind of chuckle at that, and they'll open the door, and yeah, they'll hand out these huge like full plate gauntlets all the way up to your shoulders to go handle the birds. Even Cass puts one on, but not Gianna. She'll just go up to one of them and just like run her bare hands up underneath its feathers and just coo at it, make little clucking noises. And yeah, motion for you guys to come start checking out the giant burb.
can I even fucking reach the bird?
You have to get up like on a stool to get to the feathery parts.
Yeah, I was gonna like, let's imagine like, she's under 5 feet. It's like, could you even fucking reach the giant ass chicken?
So yeah, these are our new stock here. We keep most of the young ones here at the Rookery, except for this old bastard. She'll go to a particularly massive red bird at the back of the Rookery, and she'll give him a big scritch behind the little head ridge. And Cass will just kind of go look at him in awe and just reach up a gauntleted hand and stroke a feather, which makes him preen and ruffle his wings a little bit. Then he'll turn
It's the
huge
original
golden
murder bird.
eyes. Yeah, it is. It the murder bird.
Ah, yeah.
It the old man.
That's not the Deathwing, is it?
Oh yeah. Whatever magic ties him to the queen, or former queen, seems to have made him immortal. Which, incidentally, makes him damn good breeding stock. Not that he complains.
Heh.
Come on, get yourself a handful of history. He doesn't bite.
It just looks like... It looks like a red hawk. Like an actual hawk.
Yep.
That's a big one.
Stories say that Deathwing, he started his life as Reaper Wing or Razor Wing, right? Cass, remind me.
Yeah, Razor Wing. Queen Skeza just bought him up off the street one day.
And he was just a little hawk, but then when the Queen came into divine power, he was filled with it as well.
That's what the stories say, that Kalira filled him with divine majesty to make him the perfect steed for a queen. Cassidy will refrain from saying, but it was actually a witch of the wilds who gave him an experimental potion. That's not nearly as romantic.
It's not.
Indeed, it's not like that growth potion has been reproduced.
Yeah,
and
it's not like
fucking secret.
it's not like all of these giant eagles and hawks up in the area have just been embiggenated with magic or anything. No, don't worry about that. They're totally legit.
Totally legit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, that's why the fucking potion is a goddamn state secret.
Don't worry about that. No, these are divinely gifted warbirds. Just don't even question it, you heretic.
Told. Yeah, that's what we've been fucking told. It's like, it's keep the populace happy and just keep on going.
Yep, divine warbirds. So yeah, as if he senses adventurers on the hoof, Deathwing will lean down and just sort of let you guys get all up in the little neck feathers.
He's a divine steed, so he's probably got an int of, 6 or so?
I think he actually has an int of 8 or something. He's people smart.
He's fucking as smart as Ursula, that's fucking great.
Yeah, he's smart, burb. Can't talk, though. At least not to anybody but Skeza.
Be speech.
You could indeed be speech.
You could start clawing at it.
Yeah, I was like it just goes you just see Ursula looks at him and then just fucking red tail hawk screech. It's start talking to him.
Somebody get the link.
God, that is an old link.
Oh shit, that's an old ass thing.
Part of me was really hoping I still had the macro just saved up in here after 3 games. Brace your ears, everybody.
Yeah.
God, I've been in here.
Yeah, there it is. There it fucking is.
So yeah, you screech at it, and immediately you just get like the full-blown dragon roar of a screech that sends your hair flying backwards and almost topples you over.
I'm steady as fuck, man. Like, I have low center of gravity, so I'm
And
good
even
calm
then,
strength.
like, you're almost blown
Yeah.
over. Cassidy is. He just like falls on his ass, goes ah, and yeah, like
So
Deathwing rises
I
up
go
to
like,
his full
you're
height, looks down at you. Well, hi
you're a
there.
massive one, aren't you?
You're damn right I am. Damn right. You're a little thing, aren't you?
How does it feel? Oh yeah, I'm actually pretty. I try to be as big as I can, but stop growing.
Don't feel bad. You can always grow later. Happens to everybody.
Oh, it happened to you.
Gianna's just kind of looking between the two of you like, what the fuck?
I just
Castle's
I
sort of
just
like,
look at her and
it's
like,
a thing that happens.
oh. Just give her some. I give her an armored thumbs up, like. So how does it feel?
What, being
To be
fucking
known
huge
as
or
that
being surrounded by
legendary-
bitches?
Well, both, or be known as the legendary Deathwing.
The answer to all three is it feels great.
That's
Damn it,
good.
Scout.
I can't say that because I don't have fucking wings.
And he can't because you don't either. Yeah.
Oh my god, I find it? Did I actually find his character sheet?
Oh yeah, he does have his character sheet still.
He's an int of 6.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is from the campaign, so...
It's true. Like
He's got a bit smarter since then.
let's see what Find Steed gives for an int.
got
Oh,
a
yep, it's
charisma
intelligence
of
6. Okay.
A charisma of 11. It's got a wisdom of 13.
Fuck yeah, he wise.
And wise burp.
Tell me, wise burb.
Oh, yeah,
Tell
so-
me your secrets. Bitches and hoes. He's so wise.
So wise.
No, it's just. I guess well, it is actually pretty cool to meet you and greet with you. But I don't think they really know what they're talking about anyway. I think they're just going deaf.
Nah, it's fine. Don't get to talk to people that much. Most of y'all are deaf as hell.
I don't think they can actually talk to you because the race, like giant murder bird and cat folk.
They're just too stupid to learn. If a harpy can learn how to talk to a
There's
bird,
ma-
a catfolk can learn to talk to a bird. Sagely nod.
Sure. Yeah,
So wise.
it's like she got. Yeah, it's got like nods like yeah, that's true. And they got all that magic stuff and
You can totally just learn to talk to animals. It's fine. We live in a fairy tale.
yeah, like it's fucking magic. There's beat speech.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking yeah, you can literally fucking make a magic babbled fish. Google Translate. In this case, it's gonna be Cuckoo Translate. There you go.
Cuckoo translate. Oh.
But yeah, it's really nice to meet you. I hope you have a good day. It's been nice and windy, so probably lots of, updraft, good for carrying.
That's a good point. Maybe I'll go for a stroll. As he says stroll, he kind of turns his head towards Tarnavak and narrows these enormous golden eyes. A nice, windy stroll. Licks his lips and then cough, takes off and bolts up into the sky, blowing Cass and Gianna both on their asses. Well, he looked like he wanted to eat
It's
you,
actually-
Tarnavak.
Just a little, yes.
Oh, it's
Oh,
actually
I,
pretty nice and talkative.
I suppose there would be worse ways to die than being eaten by a
A living legend.
piece of history. Yes.
I
Wait,
suppose he
would that
has
make
kind
you
of
part
developed
of
a
a
taste
living
for
legend?
Hobgoblin.
Oh, that's great, Ursula.
See, as you guys are finishing up in the lion hold, and Murder Burb has flown off to eat some delicious hobgoblin somewhere. Let's cut back to Nahia and Elra, who have just finished a hour and a half long grooming session up in the baths. You're both squeaky clean. You're shiny as a mirror, and Elra's fur has been brushed
Yeah.
out to silky smoothness.
Ah, excellent. I've not been so shiny in quite a while.
You positively glowing. Almost feels ashamed to put on clothes after all that.
Do salamanders do they have? Do some of them have a little toothbrush that they used to just scrub in between all?
Yeah, salamanders invented the toothbrush just for that. Catfolk
Yeah,
just
it's called the
prefer-
scale brush, you stranger. I guess it could work on teeth if you're weird.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh man, if you have a pet lizard, do you use a toothbrush to give them brushies? That seems like a thing that would happen.
Brushy, brushy,
No.
brushy, brushy.
You
Nah,
don't.
they're good.
Oh,
That depends on the type of lizard, because tempered versus desert versus aquatic, more like
If I did that to my old snacks, it would have probably irritated the shit out of them. They like
Yeah.
stroking, smooth as opposed to bristle. You get them with a washcloth instead.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, they like it when you water them when it's time to shed, because it helps them when they grind against the rock to peel the skin there.
Yep. Essentially, if the bristles can lift the scales, it will probably irritate the animal, and then they want smooth cloths. But there are some that aren't technically scaled, bearded dragons and shit. I bet they love a goddamn brushy.
Mm-hmm. They have tough leather exterior versus
Wait.
the
Bearded dragons, not lizards.
sand geckos, the spiky ones. Yeah, they prefer sand, a dry bed, so the sand grinds in the scales before it falls off.
Yep.
Man, bearded
Yeah.
dragons are cool looking. Goddamn.
They're pretty neat.
Yeah.
They're very friendly as
I
far
think
as
they're
lizards
shit.
are concerned for pet. Probably not very tasty though. Their diet
No, I've actually tried to eat.
their diet is bug centric as opposed to meat centric, like other reptiles might be. Which means that their meat is probably not very tasty.
No, there's some fucking bug-eating lizard that tastes actually pretty good. Just bearded lizards taste like shit. Like genuinely fucking shit.
Fair enough. They're much better as pets than they are as food, I assure you.
Mm.
And just fucking chill out on you all day. But yeah. time to escort Aura to a tailor.
Yeah,
Although
seems
it is
like.
although it is a shame to cover up, you'll find that there are some certain clothings that are they're delightful. There's something definably attractive about there being just barely some cover to areas more intimate.
I see. Some sort of more tantalizing what you can't see situation.
Exactly. And also some are just comfortable for holding up the tits.
What, you don't have demon magic for that? That's a shame.
No, unfortunately not. I have to do things like wear underwear or I'll get the sword back.
Oh. Well, clearly what you need is some poor little serf to follow you around and just heft them up for you all day.
I have no doubts about my own dexterity. I would definitely end up tripping on them and crushing them.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Depends if I'm wearing armor.
Let's find this tailor of yours.
And yeah, Cass told us where they were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, head on over.
Alright, yeah, you will find up in the nobles district. There is indeed a very large clothier with a bustling business by the looks of things, and all of them very wealthy, well dressed and covered in jewels, coming in and out, picking up orders or going in for measurements. Or we'll kind of glance around and be like, I don't think I fit in here.
No, we shall see. You shall stun all of these frumpy ones.
I think I'm stunning them already, she says, as some, like, sort of chubby middle-aged Cowan just, like, drops her bag and gasps as Elra comes around the corner and stomps up towards the door.
That is pretty funny, I admit. But also, they will seethe and burn with jealousy, which is always a delight.
Yeah, as,
I'm
like,
not so
several
petty and
people
childish
run
as to
away.
admit as such.
Elra just kind of crosses her arms and slumps her shoulder like, oh, I see how it's going to be. Alright. Then ducks her head way down to get through the door. Stands up. Looks around at some very shocked-looking little craftsmen and salesmen. Just gives them a vague up nod because you can't speak the goddamn language.
Of course.
And
Excuse
you're up.
me. Which of you would be most responsible for performing a fitting? As you might see, my friend here is exceptionally exotic and has not had the chance to be fitted with your finest wares. Or any wares at all, really. I was told by the Duke that you would be up to the task.
The mention of the Duke snaps at least a couple of them out of their stupor of just staring at the big woven majesty there. And a scrawny little catboy will kind of like half cautiously step up to you and say, I'm the head fitter. I don't think we've ever made something for someone of her dimensions.
Me, but I was assured that you would be capable of performing such a fitting. I have heard great rumors of this silk here, so fine is their touch, like the goddess herself.
Yeah, that's yes, ma'am. Sure we can work something out. Right this way, right this way.
But of course.
He's just like smiling nervously, trying not to stare at the giant wolf, and will retreat towards a private chamber where Elra will just like pull off the bedsheet and just throw it down on the ground in disgust. Ugh. Finally, it's starting to get a little warm under there. He'll turn around, just kind of eep. and start pulling out string and climbing the mountain, I guess.
Don't have to be afraid. She is hardly going to bite you. The preference would certainly be for lighter, less weighty cloths. She is not accustomed to a lot of what we have come to expect as more modern clothing. Are you up to the challenge?
He will kind of glance nervously between the two of you and say, well, and I just take the measurements. I'm sure somebody in the back will be able to work wonders. What exactly pieces are you interested in getting, miss?
Something along the lines of something in casual wear, a set for bedroom wear, and a nice dress. Of the casual wear, it's probably going to be more along the lines of comfortable pants, a nice open shirt, accentuate curves and figure.
Okay, we can do that. But preference for undergarment?
Provocative, and not too heavy.
He kind of glances at the naked wolf's chest as he's like climbing up to get her underbust measurements. Provocative, right. Alright. Scribble something down on a little notepad. And what was the third thing you wanted? Like a formal dress?
Yeah, some nice more noblesse garb even.
Alright, that's probably going to be the one that's hardest for them to make. They're like, what the fuck do we do with all this wolf?
I know, right?
Alright, so yeah, he'll take that all down, and I'm just going to look up clothing costs, because it's going to be quite a bit. As you might guess.
My wallet is ready. Hopefully.
You should be ready for it.
I just trade him a bump of blue lightning. And that'll be one dress.
I mean, I don't think anyone really trades directly in Residium like that, but, oh boy, I bet they would be willing to do so. Here we go, clothes. So, this sounds like noble's garb. At this point, since you are going to this place in particular. So.
Yep, I believe there's fine clothes as well as noble's garb, so fine clothes for the day wear.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So let me run the numbers here.
I'm mostly just toggling mute while I wolf down food.
Sure thing.
Do so.
So a total of 880 silver pieces.
That's pretty. That's expensive. That is actually expensive.
Will they take it in gold?
Yes, man, they will.
All right. I give him 88 gold.
All right. So the cowboy's like just a little bit surprised that you're actually willing to do that. All right. Is there a time you need this ready by, or?
Within the next 3 days is a
Just say
preference.
now.
The quicker it is,
Just say
definitely the
now.
better. We know not how long we'll be here in town, and missing such a thing would be a shame.
Right, 3 days. Right, Express. Well, alright, I think we can do that. Do you have an address we can ring if there's any issues?
Please, send it courtesy of the Duke's Manor, to the name of Nahya.
Gulp. Yes, ma'am.
Big innocent smile.
He'll scarper off and leave you two in the changing room. And Elra will kind of glance between you and the little door where he's just run off to and says, "Only 88 gold? Why? I thought this was the nicest clothier in town. That's barely anything."
Oh, the standard has changed, actually. Currency tends to be of a silver measure these days. So
What,
it
did
would
you
be,
run out of gold?
Gold certainly became less available.
Oh, now I
No,
do
the
feel
standard
bad.
the standard is silver these days, so it would be, well, 88 platinum, but oh well.
She will give a sharp whistle and say, "Alright, no, I can't accept that kind of charity. Just on the nose, that's not right. I'm the Queen of the Wolves, not a starving waif off the streets."
And yet, you're a queen undressed like so. I think it is only fair. I'm sure one day, in your great going long life, there'll come a chance to repay it. But until then, please enjoy a gift.
She'll shake her head and just laugh under her breath. You're a strange one, Nahya.
It has been a long time since I've gotten to splash out a lot. I just don't go telling anyone.
Your secret's safe with me.
Also, I absolutely bullied that little cat boy, didn't I?
No, he seemed like he was enjoying it. I'm starting to think all these little kittens rather like it.
It's possible. I won't deny it.
Were they a slave race of some sort, or...?
Well, that is a long and complicated conversation. In short, for a time, yes, they were. They fought a great war of independence against Tarnavak's race, in fact.
Oh. And yet they adventure together. Your Cassidy and him.
Well, as you might have seen by the whole state of everything, time changes a lot of people. And a lot of races.
I suppose that's true.
I mean, there's still a great number that cling to their old prejudices and will never get along, but we're in the rare position of very few of those people having a position of any kind of importance. They've all long since fittered off to the wayside, shunned by general populace.
What a brave new world I found myself in.
It's mostly because it was forged by adventurers, and they're all insane.
Well put. Well put. Well, I suppose I have to get this bedsheet back on now.
Unfortunately so. Unless they have some kind of long rope here you can pick up temporarily.
No, it wouldn't feel right to go stealing from the clothier.
Fair enough.
She'll put the bedsheet back on, wrap it over his shoulders. So, what was this about a milk bar we have to go to now?
Well, let's find out. I've never been there myself. Color me intensely curious as to what we will expect. But I do like a good cookie.
And so you set off for the milk bar. And last but not least, poor little raisin kobold. Really, it's just a husk of a man.
God, it.
My body is destroyed, but my mind is enlightened.
It is. You've learned
You have
things about the female anatomy, the mammalian anatomy that you would never have guessed in a million years.
Truths you had not dared to glean.
Truly
it
the
was a
divine truths.
Truly, it was a strange experience when I was not busy being destroyed from the lack of stamina, having to compete with such a seasoned lover. I learned that actually the art of lovemaking is rather scholarly in its pursuits. You simply need to listen to your lover and try to appease what they desire. It's truly not so hard. I don't know why we kobolds don't practice any of this.
Yes, Governor, as you say, Governor. The little palanquin bearer says, as you're just like half
Oh,
delirious.
I thought the party came back.
No, he got left
Damn,
there.
I'm still GG'd. Oh shit.
You're being like escorted to a milk bar where they're promised hydration and the rest of your friends to be present.
I thought you guys came back for me. Damn.
No, you're literally on a palanquin, like zonked.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, you're just like sprawled
this was the-
out, half clothed on a pillow, being carried to the milk bar by these two like middle-aged catfolk guys.
Szooth.
Never mind. What actually
found
happened is
Szooth.
that Szooth's soul said that, and then he realized that he's actually unconscious, still on the
He's
floor,
having an out-of-body experience.
and he's having an out of body experience because he's still just unfucking conscious.
Here we go. It is yell.
Yeah.
That is
There's a Szooth.
fantastic.
Szooth is not conscious yet. Szooth.exe is still booting.
Yeah, you're traveling to time and space. This is fucking. Oh my god. It's full of stars.
Goodbye. Well, all right.
I'm just imagining this fucking 1960 fucking what's it? Hallucinatory or like psychedelic trip of just Szooth spinning around through space, and you hear this fucking 60s space and fucking David Bowie in the background.
David Bowie, help me. You're the only one who could save my
Yeah.
soul now. Well,
Fucking,
So yeah, we pick up with Szooth being, reverently deposited on the ground on his little pillow, the catfolk, and then they'll just like pick up and turn around and march off, leaving you on like a sidewalk in the warehouse district, way out the fuck on the other end of the town. You just like barely breathing, eyes dilated. Your whole body feels like it's withered and been in a desert for 10 years. But also you feel amazing. Amazing.
I understand.
you
Now I
just
understand.
noting.
Now I understand why kobold sex is so bad, because you could potentially die while doing it.
Yep. Just have yourself a little heart
Yeah.
attack.
It is so dehydrated that the rain puddles and the rain moisture that was left from yesterday is just being drawn into his body and everything starts drying out around.
Yes, exactly. Also, hey Szooth,
It's fucking rehydrated.
I need you to make a Constitution check with a +5 bonus, please.
Anyone want to give me inspiration? Because
You were
let me tell
given
you.
it.
Inspiration.
All right. Constitution check.
I'm fairly certain this is for pregnancy.
It
23.
sure is!
Well, what's a 23 give
So
me?
+5, 23.
A 23 gives you an heir to carry on the Szooth family name.
Oh, well.
Oh my.
I didn't
Meow
ask for
balls.
this.
Oh no! Oh no!
No part of me asked
Oh
for this.
no! Oh no!
Why you keep saying, oh no?
Guys, remember before when we established about kobolds?
No.
They're kiwis.
Yep, we sure did.
But it's fine though because
They
catfolk are
lay
taller than
one giant
kobolds.
egg.
Yeah, the high priestess, she can handle it. If anyone can.
Yeah,
It's a goddess-given
but
directive.
it's one. Yeah, one kobold-sized egg.
Oh yeah, that. Yes, we did establish that.
Oh, she's gonna be fucking not landlocked. What's the word? Like immobilized. That was the word. Not landlocked. She's
It'll
not a
probably
fucking
actually,
country.
considering the size of kobolds, it probably won't be much bigger than a regular.
No, they're bigger.
I mean, but how big is a meow bolt?
Bigger than a kobold.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess that would be the good time to ask the question of any. But do kobolds breed true?
I
do they
guess we're
mix?
gonna find out.
We'll find. We might find.
No. Oh no. Kobolds don't breed through. Remember the fucking ogre?
Oh yeah, that's
kobolds?
right. They don't. Oh no.
Oh no.
The Ogbolds.
Yeah. Oh shit, son.
Corks.
What have you guys gotten me into? What trouble have you fucking conscripted this poor kobold?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, well,
Genesis of a new race. It's fine.
I worry about it so much.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
the Sun's Walker has made a new race.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that revelation is a good enough place as any to leave it on. As Szooth's just been, vampired up all night, and then the rest of the party, conglomerates around him, just finds their little scale puppy raisin just lying out in the sun, baking and baked.
Well,
so yeah,
that's fine. I'll have that
congratulations, Daddy
conversation.
Szooth.
I know none of this.
Safety word, the banana.
I know none of this, and there was no safety word.
There was no safety word.
This is fair.
Crying is not the safety word.
No, the crying game is not the safety word, but it's definitely a strong stopping point.
Yeah, I can do my thing next week.
Oh shit. Oh god. Fucking hell. So,
What's
how
that?
about that fucking experience?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my god. This fucking...
Well,
God, this fucking session has been a goddamn roller coaster.
Alright, did you explore a new and interesting location for the first time? Yes, it's Pergolith.
Yes.
You actually went exploring in a new city, so for sure. Did you discover a new and interesting truth about the world? No, you can't count meow bolts for any of this. I'm sorry.
What?
Murder bird.
I mean, we as players knew that Murderbird was around, so I don't think he's gonna be a
Actually,
truth about the world.
I actually didn't know that, Savin.
I mean, you not paying attention is not my problem.
What, does Zeus' new sexual experiences not count?
That's a new
No, that's
patient
okay.
companion story.
Yeah, Zeus
Yes.
definitely got
Yeah.
that for you guys, for sure. Or did you guys
the
get
old,
that
like,
for Zeus?
fucking Lion Fang airship is now a decommissioned museum/restaurant.
Yeah. Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy? I don't think so, really.
What, does my soon-to-be-conceived son not count?
No. No, you cannot count your own children as
No.
your allies. Go away.
What, I think at this point it should be obvious that is not a obvious thing. That is
Well,
your children liking you is not something that happens by default.
You
What
definitely
they
did
do?
not advance or complete a quest. So yeah, looks like 3 experience, everybody.
wait, it's like explore place, background,
Truth about the world and new
Information
page
about the
companion
world.
story.
yes, that's 3, so 106.
Yep, a smooth 106.
Nice. Guys, you're gonna
I-
be level
Out of
7
100.
by the time you get the chance to level up.
We'll just jump 2 levels in power. Oh my god.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking complain on it. Just
I
to
would,
be
because
fucking
I'm-
honest.
No, I want to level up now.
Too bad.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
good
I'm
stuff,
just-
everybody. I guess next time we will finish up in Pergolith, and then journey back to Ivara, and then the time after that will probably be some side adventures with some new friends.
Yeah.
Some new friends and a very extra special good boy.
An extra special who, sir?
Good boy.
So we'll be playing a doggo.
Shh, no spoils.
Yes.
I mean, we can see the.
No, I mean
We
the
can
the
see the
audience
token.
can't.
Yeah, the audience
yes.
can't. In fact, they're all hidden. You have to wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
But those guys were starting at level 2, right?
correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're
not
watching on the
completely
stream
yet.
or on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. That's the last game of the week. Check out Merz and Scow for more fun stuff, and we'll see you
Well-
back on this channel for
You can't check out me.
why?
Computer's. My computer's
Oh, right.
still fucked.
Alright, so check out Scow's channel, laugh at Merzendi's computer problems, and we'll see you next
Or-
next Sunday. Have a good one, everybody.